It's time for some midweek evening T20 magic between these two top-of-the-table teams. The defending champions, the Triumph Knights, taking on the Mumbai Panthers. We're coming to you live from the Wankhede Stadium for some Ekdam Mumbai-style T20 cricket. There they are, the umpires. Arrived earlier today, nice and easy. A cushy drive to the Wankhede before they embark on what is clearly not an easy job to do, the umpires. It's a contest between the Blues, the Triumph Knights, versus the North Mumbai Panthers. This group wide open. The other group is locked. The Arcs and Diri and the Sobo Supersonics have made it through to the last four. Two more spots up for grabs. And the equation will, of course, looks like it'll get solved on the last day. The Triumph Knights will depend, as always, on Surya Kumar Yadav. Ghadi Gaonkar has found some form as well, and so has Parikshit Valasankar. North Mumbai Panthers have made a couple of changes. Jute Singh comes in, and so does Swapnil Salvi. Surya Kumar Yadav won the toss a little while ago for the Triumph Knights and has elected to bowl first, which means we will see Prithvi Shaw coming out to bat along with Vikrant Ahuti, who did very well as captain in their last game. So, time for a break. When we come back, we'll have live action from the Wankhede Stadium. Stay tuned, Prithvi Shaw about to come into bat. Welcome back. A pretty good crowd in to watch this man in action. Prithvi Shaw missed out last time, courtesy a little niggle on his thigh. We saw him chilling in the dugout with that ice pack, but all's well now. That's brought Prithvi Shaw back into action. Vikrant Ahuti did very well as captain, as well as top order batsman Royston Dias with the new ball. A slip in place. Prithvi Shaw likes to bat under lights because he swishes his bat like a toothpick, and someone who's played a key role in seeing Prithvi Shaw reach here. Alongside me in the commentary box, I'm Manish Batavi, and I'm joined by someone I can't thank enough, Mr. Milind Rege. Good evening, Mr. Rege. Off the mark with a boundary. So typical of Prithvi Shaw.
Good evening, Manish. Every time Prithvi Shaw comes into bat, your heart is racing, isn't it? Because of the talent, the stroke play, And the fluency, look at that first shot. I mean, I cannot believe that he's ready to hit a boundary of the first ball. And he's not making an effort. He's just allowing the ball to come onto the bat and just flicking it wherever he wants.
Almost like he switches on at will. Makes it look so easy. It's a much shorter, slight change of pace as well, but always alive to the possibility of a single Prithvi Shaw. A lot of the Prithvi Shaw, is that just natural ability or is it something that he's worked on? Quick look, Jute Singh coming in for the North Mumbai Panthers. The Triumph Knights have continued with the likes of Yash Solkar. Karan Shah missing out as well, not playing in this game. Swapnil Sarvi coming back in for the North Mumbai Panthers. Vikrant Audi, what a good game he had last time.
I'm particularly happy to see that all these are Mumbai players. Auti, Royston, Prithvi, Surya Kumar.
And looks so nice and compact. The feet are moving very early as well. Just goes to show the readiness with which some players turn up. There are some players who can look rusty. Oh, this man looks nice and fresh. The beard's gone. Is that a sign of change? Is the beard now no more in vogue?
I was telling Charu on the way back, he's looking fresh. And every time I think these players go to the salon and come and do their facial. But yeah, his beard is gone. I just noticed.
I'm very sure the security personnel at the Wankhede gate asked him for his ID. He looks 5 years younger without the beard.
Yeah, but this is going to be a crucial match for both the sides. They have a must-win situation here. And this man on your screen is the person who's going to set the ball rolling. He's exciting, really. I'm so, just like you have been excited to watch him all the time, so am I. He's been absolutely tremendous.
Well, our producer has been kind enough to give you and I the opening stint, the first five, where we are likely to get a chance to call some of Prithvi Shaw's shots. Have a look at that. Where did he pick that up from? For a moment, I thought he'll try and hit that back foot punch through extra cover 4-4. But that fraction of a second decision towards the end changed his mind at the last moment. Have a look at this shot. Wow.
Amazing. Stand and deliver. Tremendous eyesight. Tremendous hand-eye coordination. Look at him. Big bat swing. And I have a feeling he can hit the ball to any part of the ground that he wants to.
Wow, that 180 possibility, the 180-degree possibility. Same delivery, same length, he can hit it anywhere. What a special player, Prithvi Shaw. And may he do this for a long time to come. This time pulled away in style. It doesn't matter whether he gets 1 or 4, but such a joy to watch this man in action. 1 over, up 11 for no loss. Prithvi Shaw looks like he's in that zone once again. So we've seen a couple of special shots from Prithvi Shaw in the first over. Usually tells us, right, in the first over what zone he is in. It's typically the I'm going to play my game zone. Mohit Awasthi now. I wonder what he's thinking about the prospect of bowling to Prithvi Shaw. Let's see what he's got. A slip in place. Third man inside the circle. Has he hit it well? Oh, just well enough for it to go over that mid-on fielder. He will take a good look at that bat in the toe end, but because this guy times it so well, yes, there it is. Not happy, but manages to eke out a smile.
He's not going to wait, isn't he? He sees the ball so early that he can possibly dispatch it to any part of the ground. Look at this one. He pulled it straight on the front foot, didn't really move at all. Didn't really time it well, but it still went to the boundary.
Pitched up, frees his arms. Will that go all the way? Yes, it did. Well, the Shivaji Park Lions have decided to stay back and cheer for this Virar ka chokra. Wow!
Every time he hits a shot, words just don't come out of my mouth. All I have to say is, oh, that's all I want to say. Tremendous talent this young lad has got. The kind of shots he plays, he's fearless, amazing.
One reason why I was so heartbroken when he got injured in that practice game in Australia. I was so looking forward to see him bat on those tracks against the likes of Pat Cummins, world-class fast bowlers, but I'm not too sure if pace will ever bother this man. Will it, Milind?
Look at his eyes. Have a look at his eyes. Oh, tremendous. This is the first ball. Just gives it the direction. This one, he just whacks it to the mid-wicket area. Again on his front foot, and this is the beauty. Oh, what a shot this is. Into the stands.
Just a hint of that trigger moment with the left foot. Not very pronounced, but just enough for him to get into position. It's a bit unique. I'm not too sure. I have no idea whether the coaching manual will agree with it, but it seems to work for him. Right leg goes back by a little bit, hit the movement for the left foot as well, and just gets into beautiful position to hit that cricket ball.
Have a look at his bat lift. It is so high and it comes quite fast. It comes down so fast. His hand-eye coordination, as they say in modern day cricket, is amazing. Sometimes you get the feeling that he's going to whack every ball, but then it comes down straight and he even taps it, as a result of which he gets so much power behind that shot.
Yes, a lot of that power gets generated with that kind of bat speed and his back lift, which comes in at that peculiar angle. Vikrant Doughty, meanwhile, has had to bat under Prithvi Shaw's shadow. That one being called wide, and rightly so. But even while playing in Prithvi Shaw's shadow, this guy's done well enough. He's done his job, and he's also played proper cricket shots.
I think he's the perfect foil for him. Look at that trigger movement. Look where he plays the ball. To mid-wicket, really. It's on the off stump. It's amazing.
This man, Prithvi Shaw, will be a subject of study for cricket lovers and cricket connoisseurs and pundits and cricket writers for a long, long time to come. Only 19 years of age.
Let's have a look at Prithvi's movements. Amazing. Look at that back foot going up, and look at that high bat lift. He's in a perfect position because his toes come straight. He can even play all those shots to mid-on.
Milind, right-handed Lara, as far as the back lift is concerned.
Let's end it there.
A bit dangerous this time. Hit the upper half of that bat. I think it hit the sponsor's logo on his bat.
Fearless, isn't it, to play a shot of every ball. That's better, Prithvi. Try and play it along the ground also. Just don't go haywire. The bat turned in his hand near the maker's name. That's dangerous. You've got enough runs. You've got 14 of this over. Don't go for 24.
Now, Milind, while we're all praise for Prithvi Shaw, he's got starts, he's got a half century against the Blasters. Did not play one game, the last one. Bowled him. Needless shot. Very uncharacteristic of Vikrant Doughty to play this kind of shot. He's almost gifted that wicket to Mohit Awasthi. He hasn't had much strike.
That was a beautiful delivery. It's a Yorker. Too far away from the ball. He needn't have done that at all because he was the perfect foil for Prithvi.
Out he goes for 2. The Panthers 25 for 1. Out he fails in his duty and in walks the custom officer. Jut Singh brought into the lineup today. All-rounder, hard-hitting batsman, I've been told by our statistician, Sir Ramesh. And a spinner has been introduced because the Pacers don't look like they've got any answers. The question called Prithvi Shaw. Valsankar comes in to bowl the third over. Prithvi Shaw on strike. Oh, how close was that? That hurried on to him. And yet again, that bat speed.
Yeah, he'll have to be careful, Prithvi, because the ball really hurried on to him. He could be bowled.
Yeah, that one hitting the toe end of the bat. Let's take a look at Vikram Authi, trying to make room for himself. Slight change of pace as well, and nothing short really from someone who we expect a lot better from.
Middle.
Prithvi Shaw will have to hold himself while this man on your screen is fully aware of what Shaw's game is. Surya Kumar Yadav is a super captain. Loads of experience in T20 cricket.
Jut Singh very eager to get off the mark, sent back, and rightly so by Prithvi Shaw.
This really is a contest between Valsankar and young Prithvi Shaw.
This time square on the wicket. There'll be 2 for sure. Oh no, happy with just 1. The Knights won the toss, chose to bowl first. Good call.
Yeah, because they'll be due and batting becomes easy after the first roll. Here Prithvi will have to be careful. Just don't go cross-batted.
Almost on cue. Oh, how close is that? Prithvi Shaw wasn't too quick. Wow. Now this could be a big moment. Big moment in the power play. Milind Rege's default reaction was out. Oh, trouble. Prithvi Shaw might have to walk back. Milind Pathak, the third umpire, has got some work to do. It's a tough call. That should help Milind Pathak make that decision. Breaks my heart to say this, but looks like it is curtains for the Prithvi Shaw. Two angles available for the third umpire. The third umpire, the leg umpire was looks like it will be the red Skoda. Yes, it is. Unfortunately, a big break for the Triumph Knights, the defending champions. Surya Kumar Yadav will consider himself and his bowling group lucky. Run out was the only way to get rid of the danger man, the danger boy. Prithvi Shaw goes for 23 of 11. Promised much, delivered 23. 27 for 2, the Panthers.
Finish well, buddy.
So then a bit of an early heartbreak. 3 overs gone, 27 for 2. So the opener's back in the heart. A heartbreak, as I said earlier, for the North Mumbai Panthers fans. Prithvi Shaw was looking good for a blinder today. 23 of 11, run out by the captain Surya Kumar Yadav. A couple of overs ago, when he was doing the second over, when he was batting so well, I was about to ask you, what area does Prithvi Shaw need to improve in? Milind Vege, time for you to give us a detailed perspective on that as Mohit Awasthi starts his second over.
Look at him. He goes for that run. He's on his back foot, and because of that injury, he's not. The last stride hasn't been there. He was on the back foot, and then he was too slow. Maybe that injury, that hamstring problem he had yesterday or day before, has slowed him down. Oh, that's a huge wicket.
Oh, beat him completely. Missed everything. The bat, the bats, the stumps, the keeper.
But a 4 is a 4 is a 4. No fielder can stop that one. Darts in, inside edge, and goes to the fine leg boundary. Inside edge, was it? Was it that a leg by? I don't know.
Replay said inside edge. Been added to the team score. Clear inside edge on that replay from the mid-off angle. Slip still in place for Mohit Awasthi. He's hitting a good length there.
The ball is coming hard onto that. Let's have a look at that. A clear inside edge there. Absolutely hit the bat. Mohit is hitting the bat hard, coming in nicely. He's basically swinging the ball in.
Now, while Dhagaukar isn't off the mark, those runs will be added to the team score. Again, very good length. Asking questions just slightly back of the length. There's so much to talk about. We were on that subject of what areas does Prithvi Shaw need to work on going forward.
Well, you know, when he gets into that attacking mold, he just doesn't stop. He needs to be selective in his shot making, because you can't hit every single ball. You might time the faster bowlers, but the spinners on this track is not easy to time.
The shot selection is the buzzword for Prithvi. I'm sure his father's watching as well. He's flicked it away. Will go for 4. As Jude Singh brought into the lineup. And Has he taken the leaf out of Prithvi Shaw's book? Very well hit.
Nicely played on the onside. A roll of the wrists. No fielder over there at fine leg. He was rather square. 4 runs.
Well, time for new stars to shine. Shaw back in the hut. Jute Singh, all-rounder, attacking top order batsman. 4 gone, 37 for 2. The slip still in place. Jute Singh on strike. Royston Dias pitched up, trying to bring that slip into play. Tempting Jute Singh to play that drive.
This is Prithvi Shaw's first shot. No, not much footwork at all there. Just hits it on the rise. Once again. You have his foot. You see, have a look at his footwork. It's the same footwork all the time. But this one, a cracking shot. He sees the ball early. He knows that with that high bat lift, he can time it. Oh.
This time Upish will go for 4. Using Royston Dias' pace. A wry smile on Royston's face. The crowd's loving it.
That's a good move from Surya Kumar Yadav to bring Royston Dias in to bowl. Nice short bouncer outside the off stump. Goes for the big one, top edges, but in no man's land. But Royston should know that if the fielder is inside the ring, you have to be careful with that bouncer, isn't it? Of course, the position that the fielder was too square. Nobody has a fielder behind the keeper, really. And that's where the ball went.
It wasn't a very well-directed bouncer. Should have... Again short, but wider. The tall man, Jute Singh, will be called wide this.
Royston Dias must realize that the skipper has given him a slip. So try to bowl the ball on the off stump and try and make it go away from the batsman, allowing him to drive. The slip's now removed. Probably coming to square leg. Are we going to get another shot mid-wicket? So it's a bit of a defensive field at the moment.
This time hit straight. That will go for 4. Yes, it kept the fielder interested, but had enough legs on it. Giving the Panthers their 6th boundary of the innings. They're scoring at a fair clip. Over 10 and over.
Nice bat lift there, hitting it straight. Jute Singh has this reputation of hitting some big shots. There you see him. Nice rise, nice drive. Bat coming straight up. Good start for Jute Singh.
Wasn't quite there, but used his height. That shot. Oh, change of pace and almost looped up. Royston Dias for a second would have thought he could catch it. Just as
the ball stopped, but look at Surya Yadav, how quickly he comes there to stop that single. And the man from mid-on attacks the ball, thereby stopping the single.
Royston Dias is showing good control. Prithvi Shaw could have changed the game. He threatened to be the game changer, the top picks. No surprise there. Surya Kumar Yadav, one of the top rated captains in this tournament. 91.78. If you pick Prithvi Shaw, he did score 23. Could have been a lot more. Dayasat Valsankar still in play. Last ball of the 5th. Much straighter. Excellent change in pace by Dias. Will steal a single of it to end the 5th over with the score at 47 for 2.
Very bright start indeed from the Panthers. 47, we're still inside the power play. Always good to focus on the 6th over of any power play and see what the mindset of the batting side are, because some tend to think that, oh, we've only got 6 more balls left. After that, the field will be spread out, so let's try and make it count. Other times, you just tell yourself, look, we've got enough. We can't afford to lose a wicket. Good evening to Prasanna. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, good evening, Gautam. Very important to have that mindset, right? Oh, as we said, going for the big one with that power play over in mind, being the last one of the 6 overs, trying to maximize. That's how the mindset looks like looking at the first ball.
And I think the fact that he looked up and saw mid-off, mid-on, both inside the circle, he got tempted. It was pitched up. It was actually there to be hit. Just that it was slightly wide, and perhaps that was the whole idea from Akash Parker to try and tempt him.
But that shot has effected a field change. The mid-on goes to long on, and the third man from the boundary comes inside the 30-yard circle at short third man. Nicely bowled once again. A good start to the last over of the power play from Akash Parker. This partnership of 20 runs in 16 balls between Vishal Dagaukar and Jut Singh. Jut Singh is known in the local Mumbai circuit to hit it hard, hit the long ball, and that's where the team will be looking up to him, especially after losing the big wicket of Prithvi Shaw. A run out there. Once again, excellent fielding from the Triumph Knights, as we saw a couple of days back. Clinical performance from them in the field, and a big wicket that was directed from Surya Kumar Yadav.
There was a quick change in the field there. They had sent long on back to the boundary, and that's exactly where Jut Singh decides to hit that. Gets a single. Now they're just trying to see what they'll do for the right-hander. Surya Kumar Yadav very busy at the moment in the first 6 overs, trying to make sure the field is set for not just the different batsmen, for the different mindsets at the different parts of the innings. So 4 deliveries to go, or 3 deliveries to go inside the power play now.
Yes, 3 deliveries to go. What are they aiming at? The mid-on and mid-off both inside the 30-yard circle. The square leg and third man on the boundary line. Good start to Akash Parker's spell. Has bowled really well, stump to stump, and as you said, Gautam, looking at the mindset, he's bowled really well.
Yeah, he would have known bowling the 6th over. There are some key overs in the innings that you bowl. We saw in the previous match, one of the bowlers was actually made to bowl in 4 different spells of single overs each. All were tough overs. 1, 6, 12 and 16. All coming at key moments in a T20 innings.
It's so important also to have those bowlers earmarked. A lot of planning goes, a lot of analysis goes, a lot of think tank that works on who will bowl which over, but not everything goes as per plan. And that's where execution is so important, especially yesterday when we saw the left-arm medium pacer Ankur Singh. What a spell of medium pace bowling it was. Left-arm medium pace bowling the 18th and the 20th over in real pressure. And that's what this game is all about.
And sadly, it'll never be talked about, because if you look on the scorecard, he didn't take wickets. Outstanding 2 overs from him. Changed the game completely, made sure that they defended what they set out to defend. When Alpesh Ramjani was going absolutely berserk, and what a first over from Akash Parkar. Inside the power play, just the 2 conceded. 49 for 2 after 6.
So in T20 Mumbai, you can't have an attack where you don't have a left-arm spinner for a long time. It's going to be Yash Dicholkar. Good start, good spin and bounce as well. But late last-minute adjustment. Just playing that towards third man for 2.
Brings up the 50 of the innings in the 7th over. Just trying to put this power play score in context, looking at all the power play scores of teams batting first in this tournament. Highest has been 66 by the North Mumbai Panthers, incidentally, against the Akash Tigers, and they went on to score 169 and lose the game. And is he gone? The bowler didn't know it. How often do we see that? The keeper, the slip celebrated, and the bowler had absolutely no idea, wondering why everyone's jumping up and down.
Oh yes, but he's got a wicket. And what a start this is for Yash Dicholkar's spell as well. At the 3rd wicket down, Vishal Dagaukar is walking back. Look at this ball. Once again, the ball going on with the arm ball. And ricochet onto the pads and then onto the stumps. Yash Dicholkar first did not know, but then realized, yes, he's got a wicket. Vishal Dagaukar out on 4, 51 for 3.
Ball deeds. Super, Dija. Ball, Dija, ball. One leg.
So 51 for 3 at 3 wickets here that have been picked, and I can see in the field placement there's a slip. Surya Kumar Yadav, as the new batsman gets ready to face the first ball, Swapnil Salvi. What a ball that was from Yash Dicholkar to pick up his first wicket and the 3rd one of the Panthers.
Deceived the batsman, deceived himself. Just a little ricochet. Unfortunate for the batsman, but nonetheless you have to give credit to the bowler. That occasion, we wait for the umpire's signal. Is he going to call it a wide, or was there something just off the body? That's the angle to see it from. Bat onto the left front pad or the boot, and then just rolled onto the stumps.
And that's what an arm ball does. You know, it comes with the same action. And when a left-arm spinner is bowling, especially with the new ball, that's what the batsman have to be careful about. Going for the cheeky shot. That's Mr. Chandrakant Gupta, the owner of the North Mumbai Panthers, and the chairman of Route Mobile, having a close look at the proceedings. The North Mumbai Panthers not exactly off to a great start. 3 wickets down for 52 at the end of 7 overs. So 52 for 3 as Akash Parker gets ready to bowl his second over. Nicely driven. Looks so nice when you're playing that way towards long on and long off. That's the CEO of the Mumbai Cricket Association on the left, Mr. C.S. Naik, and to his left, the managing committee member of the ad hoc committee of the Mumbai Cricket Association, Mr. Naveen Shetty. Having a close look at the proceedings at the Wankhede Stadium.
Another interesting trend I've just spotted, and I'll come to that after this delivery. Akash Parker continues in the middle of this excellent spell. Now we're talking about power play scores. Now have a look at this for a stat. Firstly, the North Mumbai Panthers in this tournament have never chased. They've batted first every single time. And out of all the power play scores batting first, they have 5 out of the top 6. 66 was the highest, 59 against Bandra, 51 for 1 against Ark Sandheri, 50 for 1 against Eagle Thane Strikers, and today 49. So they've got 5 of the top 6 power play scores, and of course they've batted first every time they've played.
Yes, sir. What an observation that is. And the one that you mentioned where they scored the highest, that is 66 that they scored, they went on to lose that game. So that's not a guarantee that once you get a good start, you'll get a good score. Not necessary. They got 66 in 6 overs, but at the end they could manage only 169 and went on to lose the game. Akash Tigers won that game by 6 wickets.
Yes, in fact, one of the highest scores of the tournament, which was 188, batting first by the Sobo Supersonics, they were 35 for 2 in the power play.
So that's how power play, it could make a difference, it may not, but what matters is the way you go till the finish. It's in the air and nicely taken. He made it look so easy. Surya Kumar Yadav took it so nonchalantly, but it is not easy when you're running back and taking that catch. He's effected a run out and now has taken a brilliant catch.
Beard or no beard, he still feels just like he always did. And that was, I was going to say a moment ago, a man who looks a lot like Surya Kumar Yadav taking the catch. Guess what, it is him. You have to go by the jersey number because he's just made an untimely trip to the salon just before this game. Jude Singh goes for 17, 55 for 4.
So the new batsman is Sairaj Patil, has 214 runs, but a healthy strike rate, strong strike rate, 160.9. Panthers need some solidity. Once again, good fielding there at short extra covers. That is Vinayak Bhoyer. Even day before yesterday, he was the one who caught that ball, stopped it, and effected a run out at the non-strikers. And with the direct hit, the fielding of the Triumph Knights has been top class. And once again, after a brilliant catch, saving some runs is Vinayak Bhoyer. A utility cricketer, left-handed batsman, left-arm spinner. Wonderful addition. The moment he played that, call for an early single. Once again, Akash Parker on his follow-through. Having a shy at the stumps, but a single taken. 8 overs bowled, 56 for 4 are the Panthers.
For 4. The real blow for this innings is the loss of wickets that they've had. There's another look at it again. Very, very smart running catch by captain Surya Kumar Yadav. We often talk about captains leading from the front with bat in hand, or of course if you're a bowling captain, but if you can feel like that, Jai Bista of course being a shining example, then everyone is galvanized around you.
Oh yes, absolutely. Today Jai Bista at long off picked up a couple of catches, and so easily he picked up those catches. And even today Surya Kumar Yadav is seeing making those field changes, alert, active. A big wicket that he got in the form of a run out of Prithvi Shaw. Then that catch of Joot Singh. Really top class stuff this from, once again a flight to delivery, inducing the batsman into that drive, that outside edge, and a boundary.
Yeah, it was a quicker one. Sometimes the change of pace works for you as a spinner, sometimes it doesn't. Have a look, he pushed that one through. And there was a bit of turn, looked like a genuine edge there. Just past the outstretched hands of first slip and down to the boundary. It'll be a triumph for the bowler, but runs for the batsman.
Yes, streaky, lucky there. But the bowler should not be too disappointed, because that was a good ball and a streaky boundary. Good spell of left-arm spin bowling once again that we are seeing at the T20 Mumbai. This time it's coming from Yash Decholkar, bowling his second over, giving it just 8 runs, picked up a wicket. Once again, nicely bowled. That flight, the trajectory, and the ball that is pitching in Mumbai cricket, you call it as the tappa. That pitching is so accurate. Absolutely top class. Great control as well for Yash Decholkar.
So I know there are some phrases that would be unique to this part of the world, but somehow we've heard tappa everywhere across the country. But we'll let it go with being a Mumbai trademark, 62 for 4 and 9.
So another bowling change. It's going to be the all-rounder, the promising all-rounder Parikshit Valsankar to bowl his second over, leg spin.
Pari, superb. buddy.
Yeah, we've seen the trend in this tournament. A lot of the leg spinners have tended to be batsmen who come in and just take those few wickets.
Bowling. Everyone, guys, everyone here.
Then they slot themselves into the role of all-rounders. Go up the Dream 11 charts.
Suri.
So much easier to be a Dream 11 game changer if you can contribute with bat and ball.
Oh, your team's doing, Gautam.
Oh, I won everything in the last game.
Suri.
Little worried about this one because my vice-captain Prithvi Shaw is already back in the hut. But I'm relying on him. That man, Surya, he needs great runs for me.
He started well, a run out and a catch. So you're on track to get this on as well.
But the trouble is, I suspect that there'll be about 90% of people who have taken Surya Kumar Yadav and made him captain. So that's the problem. It's not always the big thing to take the big fish. It's when you pick those key smaller players that makes it. And what a good shot. Absolutely dead straight. You don't place fielders there, and that was top class from Sairaj Patil.
Oh, yes, absolutely top class, and what a lovely sound the bat made the moment he hit that. And he also knew the moment he hit that, yes, those are runs coming from his bat.
Just like an early morning at the driving range. Full flow of... Again, top-class fielding. This is a top-table clash. You'll need top-class fielding. 71 for 4 at the halfway mark.
Live scores, news,
Team preview,
match predictions.
fan code.
Fan code.
No ads, pure sports.
Welcome back, start of the 11th over at the halfway mark, 71 for 4. Let's go down to Karishma Kotak, who's got a guest with her.
Well, I have with me Atif Attarwala. It's a must-win game for your team today, isn't that correct?
Yeah, obviously it's a must-win game for us. So we're just trying to, keep our nerves, and we are trying to build up a good total on this wicket, as it's a slow wicket. So we need a good total on this wicket.
So what's been the strategy for today's game?
Basically, we are just trying to do our basics right, which we haven't got it in the last 2 games. So we are just trying to do things on a very normal way.
How do you feel like you've bowled in this tournament?
I mean, we have to bowl according to the wicket. So I'm just trying to execute the plans which is given by the coach, and whatever the requirement of the team is, I have to play that role.
What do you think of the current situation right now at the match?
I mean, we are on a very pretty situation right now. So from here, I believe we can score good total, and it will be a very good total, around 155 to 160.
And you must be happy to have Prithvi Shaw back.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, he's a backbone of the team, so it's really nice to have him back.
Well, it is a team effort, so I wish you and your team all the best. Thank you so much. Thank you. Back to you.
Atif Attarwala there. Will Attarwala's teams enjoy the sweet scent of success? Charu Sharma alongside. And that subject of the middle over muddle now. Are we going to see that happen to this team?
I think we already are. Of course, a handsome 6 the previous over by Sairaj Patil, who's a quality player, and he has the ability to change a game. But on this pitch, as we know, unless you get to the pitch of the ball, not easy. Is the fielder going to get there? Yes! Once again, despite whatever they may... Well, the year was up, so I'll come back with that thought. 73 for 4.
Bhai, tujhe,
Startling
buddy,
stat
tujhe.
that's come to us from our
Boy,
statsman Ramesh. Out of the 67 deliveries they've played so far, 33 have been dot balls. Says it all.
Yeah, but I'm willing to bet that it's not a very different stat to most other teams. They won the second. Dias throws wide. Good effort by the big man. Not easy to fall down to the ground, you know, from 6 foot and plenty. There he is. Well done in the end.
I have no idea what that means, to be that tall and to have to field like that.
It means life is tough. Nicely stroked. Yeah, but back to those dot balls. That's how it's been. Because when Prithvi Shaw was there, things were looking very easy for the Panthers. Thereafter, typically, although mind you, the faster bowlers of Triumph Knights played really well. Quick look at Atul Projects. The skyscrapers back behind the bowler. Plenty of strength behind it. And, well, we've been praising Sairaj Patil. He must not let us down now because he's a big, strong boy. And should he get to the pitch of the ball, which means basically choosing the right ball, he can hit it a long way.
Choosing the long handle, went for it. His delectable straight shots, I love them. Yes, the Atul Project's run graph.
Yeah, we're talking about skyscrapers. Very good when Prithvi was there. And just a hole in the middle. But after Sairaj has decided to hit a few over the top, it's looked decent.
They should look at the concept of constructors' points like they have in Formula One. Those who can construct these big skyscrapers. Another possible additional element to cricket broadcast in the times to come.
Yeah, so it's that time of the game when the spinners get their stranglehold going. 12 gone, 81 for 4. Well, Swapnil, let me get that right, is not striking big just yet, but luckily for him, Sairaj is striking at 125. So for Swapnil, the job becomes a lot easier. Take the single, get Sairaj back on strike. I'd just like to quickly mention that all the spinners are on top. Why? Because if they're bowling further up, which you think is in the slot for a big hit, the pitch is not hurrying the ball on. So 8 times out of 10, it hangs in the air when you go for the big one. If they're bowling slightly short, then you have to try and go across if you want to go for the big one. And you've seen a lot of people get out to deep mid-wicket and deep square leg because of not being able to get underneath the ball enough because there's no real bounce. So just a couple of reasons why the middle overs, the batsmen are getting strangled. Because do you really disturb the spinners and go for the big ones? Too much danger.
Slight amateurish question now, Charu. Could enlighten us a bit more on that. Chance of 2, yes, they will get it easily. To negate what the pitch can do, wouldn't or shouldn't batsmen look to come as close as possible to the pitch of the ball?
Well, absolutely. So you have to jump out of the crease. And with spinners on, the odd ball turning, you don't want to make a fool of yourself and miss the ball and get stumped. We've seen plenty of stumpings earlier on. So it's a really tough one. And you tend to stay in the crease. If you jump out, you'd better be sure of what's going on. Otherwise, you're going to miss. And then, too, the ball's holding up. So you see a lot of people staying and hitting from the crease. Is that going to go all the way? Just about. Sairaj Patil here showing his big hitting abilities. And that, I must confess, Manish, is just what I've been asking for. Some batsman to take the bull by the horns, be adventurous, and teach these left-arm spinners and spinners in general, hey, you can't get on top of me. I'm the boss here. That's what we need. But like I said, it's dangerous if you don't get to the pitch of the ball, because even there, he was only about 4 or 5 meters beyond the boundary.
Sairaj using his long limbs to reach the ball, the pitch of it. Once again, this time, a lot more in control of this shot, I think. Changed his direction right towards the end. Over extra cover. 14 of the over so far.
Well, Ditolkar can only wonder what's going on, because most of these deliveries were either patted for a dot or a single. But when you decide to be the boss, and that couldn't have been better, because once you're over the infield at extra cover, it's a boundary for sure. And that was just a perfect shot for a right-handed batsman to play against a lefty orthodox.
Right, it's a contest between the top two teams in Group A. This race is on. We'll talk about the semi-final equation in a bit. 13 gone, 95 for 4. Scoring at 7.31. And well, they've got 7 more overs to go. As I said earlier, it's a top of the table clash. 1 and 2. The Knights at 1. The Panthers at 2. In comes Akash Parker for his second. So in this race to finish number 1, it's a tough one, isn't it? Let's take a look at the wickets first before we keep that going. Vikrant out here playing an uncharacteristic shot. And the spinners came into play. This strange run out that sent Prithvi Shaw back, ending what could have been a memorable innings, which has been the story so often. And then this one for Ditolkar. Played it on. And then that for wicket number 4. They've caught well. If you were the Knights or the Panthers, who would you want to play? Because we've got the Supersonics at number 1 and the Ark Sandhiri at number 2 in Group B.
I think the Supersonics have played very well by winning 4 out of 5, but they really haven't gotten too many runs. They've defended it really well. Low totals 150, 155, and maybe I'd rather play them. So finishing second in this group is not such a bad thing if you play the Supersonics in the other group.
And who will the Supersonics want to play?
Well, they seem to have some sort of magic charm, especially because their skipper, Jay Bista, is lifting the whole team up with his fielding, with his catching. They're not scoring too many runs, I must admit, but yeah, they just probably feel invincible. But I've got to quickly mention, though, sorry to move off that Parker has played such a wonderful role so far. 1 for 8, he's in the middle of his 3rd over, and we largely think about his big batting. He has contributed more and more with his medium pace. You'll have to say medium is not the quickest. Right on line, though, today.
Bit of room there, hitting that really hard into the ground. So then, who do the Supersonics want to play?
Me. But take your pick. I think the Triumph Knights are probably still, despite their early losses, a very, very good team. And if I were the Supersonics, I would not want to play them in the semis. I'd say, listen, somehow in the finals, I'll take them on. But they have too much firepower. And Supersonics actually don't. They've just been led well. So I'd be afraid of playing the Triumph Knights in the semis if I were the Supersonics.
I'm with you on that, because it's a far more balanced bowling lineup. Royston Dias and Mohit Awasthi with the new ball. There's the all-rounder Parker, the spinners Ditolkar. So they've got it all covered.
Quick mention of Swapnil here, 12 from 19. So you think, oh gosh, look at the strike rate, only 63. Not good for the team. But I do think if he can keep the dot balls away and keep taking these singles as he is now to give Swapnil the strike, they may have a good thought there.
It's that time of the tournament in the group stage where we start to think of the hits and misses, the surprise packages. That will be one of the conversations going forward tonight as well as tomorrow's broadcast. But straight away, the one name that comes to your mind, we'll talk about that in the next over. 14 gone, 98 for 4. Nice little partnership, 43 of 38 for Swapnil Salvi and Sairaj Patil. So we're talking about hits and misses so far. A couple of names that come to your mind straight away, Charu.
Doesn't who've done well. Oh, wonderful new Skoda Rapid, shining, gleaming away and under the lights here at the Wankhede. Hassle-free. Well, he hit that pretty powerfully, yet the fielder from long on is going to be there in time, and I think they did well not to take the second. And the ball's traveling that quickly, you know, the fielder's going to get to it pretty quickly too. Yeah, sorry, just a quick mention about the fact that, you know, 44 out of 30 in 39, the partnership. Plenty of big hits by Sairaj, and yet it's only barely a run a ball. So it's not magical yet. It could be last 5 overs to come. But that's where most of the teams have landed up. After 15, they're around 100 and hope to get 10 apiece and maybe get to 150, 155. So for the moment, it doesn't look like a massive total. And mind you, they've lost a wicket or two more than they might have wanted.
Big crowd at the Wankhede expecting some fireworks now from the Panthers. A lot of them supporting the Panthers, courtesy their love for Prithvi Shaw.
Well, yeah, Mohit did go for a few, but still, just judging from that one delivery, it fizzed by. Plenty of bounce as well, and it kept Sairaj very honest.
Well, peace of mind for the Knights as Prithvi Shaw was sent back.
Yeah, that was a real shame. Sorry, Manish, that was a real shame, because to get run out, and when he was going so well, the team must be so dejected after that.
This time a big shot on the onside. 2 fielders chasing it. It's fooled both of them. Split that gap between the 2 fielders. It's gone all the way. We'll wait for the umpire signal. To me, it looked like it landed beyond that boundary skirting.
I think it landed just in, but that's not important. What is that Sairaj is enjoying a huge slice of luck. Got that high on the bat. You can argue that the ball was short enough for the big pull, but the 2 fielders needed better calling. Yes, just in. And they were both racing, and I'll tell you, one eye was on the ball, one eye was on the other fielder. Because you don't want a big collision. Somebody should have called and said, leave it for me. Well, I don't think they did, and which is why they missed that catch. Mind you, it was right in the middle, in the gap, and Sairaj got lucky.
Also a very noisy crowd in the lower deck of that Vijay Merchant Pavilion. Sairaj gets a reprieve then. 38 of 25. He's gone for it. Who's going to catch it? Nobody. It sails inside. Another 6 for Patil. His third in his innings.
Well, that's just pure strength. Let's say he Tarzaned it over long off near the side screen, because that was short. Ordinarily, you'd expect a big pull with the full body coming into play, but he just used that brute strength. Stood there. Not an easy shot, and his heart must have been in his mouth, but finally, just clear of the boundary. Well, fairly 10 meters behind, so we'll take it. But that was just such a unorthodox but strong shot. Normally of a low full toss, you tend to do that, but on the rise, that was special.
Well, the golf lover in Charu love that. Not the kind of player who likes to nudge them around or play those cute shots, the flick, etc. He likes to just bludgeon the ball like he has a certain personal animosity with the ball.
Well, somebody had to take this attack by the scruff of its neck, and I'm glad that Sairaj Patil, who's a quality player, I think he was very enthusiastically bid for in the auction, has come good on previous occasions and has come good here as well. Mohit might well say, hey, I didn't bowl that badly. What's going on? 10 runs in the Last couple of overs before that, couple of balls before the last one.
40 of the last 30. Oh, well fielded by that backward point there. Saved a certain 215 gone, 110 for 4.
Live scores, news,
Team preview.
match predictions.
Fan code.
Fan code. Fan code.
No ads. Pure sports.
Momentum with the batting side now. We're down to the last 5. Platform has been laid, 6 wickets in hand. Nelson on the board, 111 for 4. Ball bin Sairaj Patil, who's really taken off. It was much needed after that early blow, losing Prithvi Shaw to a run out when he was looking so good. Yes, maybe he was playing one shot too many in anger, but that's the way he plays.
That's the good thing to do, give Sairaj a strike, because Sairaj Patil is batting at his murderous best. And the momentum created by Charu Sharma and Manish, I want Gautam, I want you to play the role of Sairaj Patil in the commentary box now.
Just like you have a drinks break, often a change in commentary changes the momentum. You have wicket-taking commentators coming in. Yeah, he's keeping it going. They're looking for 2. They'll be... Oh, it's good fielding there. He called for 2 the moment he left, and rightfully he should have, because he wanted the strike. And of course you want every run possible on the board.
Sairaj Patil has been one of the big strikers of the ball in Mumbai cricket. A powerful hitter, but he hits it clean because he's basically extremely correct.
Credit to Karan More on the boundary right there. Saving a run, getting Sairaj off strike. Unfortunate with the wide, but it tends to have the knock-on effect. If as a fielding side, you know there's a batsman on the rampage and you can keep getting him off strike, 2 things happen. Of course, automatically the scoring comes down, but also that particular batsman loses his momentum.
Also, Gautam, Akash Parkar has bowled a brilliant spell. He's just given 13 in this massive stroke play.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. Just celebrated a birthday. Still a bit of that birthday cake on the fingers, keeping it going.
Swapnil must realize that when Sairaj Patil is on the rampage, there's no need for you to also try to hit the ball too hard. Just knock it around and give him the strike.
Oh, he's got that through for 4. Unlucky, but you have to say Akash Parkar wasn't the right line. He's bowled so well in this spell so far, almost invited Swapnil to have a go, and he just had to guide it with fine leg inside the circle.
Yeah, that's a loose delivery, really. Losing his line and letting both easy pickings, 4 runs in that gap. It's got to be a certain boundary because your fielder is in the circle. Akash Parkar, till date, has bowled a very beautiful spell.
Just a bit of a heave, going nowhere. Pick up a single to keep the strike. End of an excellent spell from Akash Parkar. 4 overs for 18, 119 for 4. Now here are some figures to look at. We talked a little while earlier in my earlier spell that the North Mumbai Panthers have batted first every time they've played in this tournament. And every single time, as you can see there so far, they have scored more than 100, 160 or more. They've won 2, lost 2. The Akash Tigers and the Ark Sandheri chased down whatever they put up for them. But what they did was, in the power play, they had 66, 59, 51 and 50. Today, of the 5 efforts they've had on the field, was their lowest power play effort at 49, and it might also be their lowest final score, because if they need to get to 160, they need to motor at over 10 and over in the last 4.
Gautam, they haven't been able to defend 160 odd.
That is high. Fielder coming under it, takes it easily. And that is the end of Swapnil Salvi, going for a big hit. First ball of a new spell from Royston Dias, highest wicket taker in the tournament, and he adds to his kitty.
It's pitched far too up for him to make that shot. Too close to the bat. Had it at the toe end of it. A nice little catch. Royston is a happy man.
I gotta love that celebration. Salvi goes for 19, 119 for 5 now. For 5, the batsman crossed. Excellent fielding. Shashikant Kadam has walked in to join Sairaj Patil. Need to get some understanding going, because he won't want to lose his momentum, having lost his partner after a pretty decent partnership.
You see that didn't actually time it at all. Toe end of the bat, and for a nice little catch. Very well cupped. Sairaj Patil will have to go hammer and tongs.
Again he called for 2. Again it was good fielding. That's been the trend. The Knights have kept them quiet. Shashikant Kadam, 69 runs in his T20 Mumbai career. Very even strike rate of 100, but I think anyone coming in at number 7 at this stage, you want them to be striking at 150, 200 generally. May not spend as much time at the crease as your top order batsman, but for a 5, 6, 7, 8, need to be that finisher striking at 160, 170.
Somehow or the other, I get the feeling that many of these teams in the middle order do not have strikers at the strike rate at which you're saying, and that gap needs to be filled up.
And I think that's important. We saw in the last game the value of someone like Rohan Raje, who generally is slotted at 9 or 10. If required, he comes up the order, and his career strike rate at T20 Mumbai is 200 plus.
That's why these all-rounders are a necessity. People who can bowl and bat, but more than that, strike well. Because these are the overs when they come into bat, when 5 wickets are gone, and they need to have players who are big, strong, who can really whack the ball. Somehow or the other, I get the feeling that is missing, Gautam. Exceptions are always there in some teams.
So that's when we'll see the equation at the end. The team that gets over the line as champions. We saw Surya Kumar Yadav and company win the title last year, and a lot of that was to do with the balance in the team, but also Surya Kumar's form himself, scoring big runs on the big occasions.
Surya Kumar Yadav is a big match player. He rises to the occasion. He knows what responsibilities, likes to control the innings, and knows exactly when to accelerate.
At the moment, it's only coming in singles for the Panthers with 3 to go, 123 for 5. Three overs to go. They've set a trend in this tournament for scoring 160 every time they've batted first. And they have in fact batted first every single time they've come out in this tournament. They've never chased at T20 Mumbai 2019.
Kadam must look at the mid-wicket slot to hit with the break. He's bowling fastest leg breaks, not giving him any chance to hit the ball. He's coming quickly on the bat. Take a single and go to the other end is the order of the day.
Almost thought that was a return catch coming. Instead, it's gone for 4. Did the bowler not react, or was it just too far away from him? Just out of the corner of my eye, I thought for a moment that could be a cotton ball.
He pushed it so hard, he had no time at all, the bowler. He almost bowled a medium pace ball. That's when Surya is telling him, come this side, do not give him room, don't bowl so wide outside the off stump.
Rashikant Kadam will be looking to go big every single delivery. Again, excellent fielding. Surya Kumar Yadav leading from the front, as he does. Puts himself in key areas.
Tremendous intensity for Surya Kumar. Look at that dive. After such a long season, he's still done it. That's what I call intensity.
And is up again. One thing to dive for the galleries. Picks up the ball, up again, ready to throw. There's the batsman. You going anywhere? Final two deliveries.
Boy, buddy,
Right, Shikal Sankar.
finish well, buddy.
Again, not taken a wicket, but he's bowled a very tight spell. Gone at under 7 and over, in fact 6.5.
Pushing the ball through, mostly flippers. Not trying the leg break, not trying the googly. Not giving batsman enough opportunity to lift him.
Hold yaar.
That looked pretty wide.
Boy, buddy, boy.
Not sure why Parikshit was that upset.
Yeah, it was wide. There's no doubt about that. Googly now.
That has made excellent connection into the stands from Shashikant Kadam, and the Panthers dugout loving it. With 2 overs to go, looking healthier at 136 for 5. We said they've set the standard for the 160. 24 runs in 2 overs, not impossible. Especially not if both batsmen are capable of hitting it big and hitting it aerial. Sairaj Patil, we know, can do it, and he is on top of that list of Skoda maximum sixes. It's changed hands so many times. Sujit Nayak was on top, Shivam Dubey was there, then Ronak Sharma came up, Surya Kumar was leading it, and now Sairaj Patil has overtaken all of them.
Surya Kumar has an inning to go now. But tremendous striking by Patil. 10 sixes.
Final over for the left-arm medium pacer, Royston Dias. 50 for Sairaj Patil. It's been a wonderful innings. Just 34 deliveries, and what a time it's come. They got the early momentum from Prithvi Shaw. They lost their captain, and then it needed somebody in the middle order to step up and put his hand up, and he's done it.
Gets a clap from the captain. This young man on your screen, Sairaj Patil, has outstanding talent. Can go a long way if he keeps his cool, because he plays correct cricket mostly.
Now the left-hander on strike, Shashikant Kadam. Kind of angle will Royston Dias find to him? He picks it up. Is it down the fielder? Yes, it is. Good catch. Royston Dias picks up another wicket. He's just asking. Oh, the fielder says he didn't take it. Parikshit Valsankar. Oh, he said he's taken it. He has. But the umpires are coming to have a chat. Fielder has said, okay, I'm convinced. The umpire gives it out. Soft signal is out. Let's remind all of you who might be not familiar with the concept of the soft signal. This means that the third umpire has to have absolutely no reasonable, he must be in no doubt whatsoever that the catch was clean. He has to be able to overrule it. There must be some clear evidence of the ball hitting the turf for the third umpire to overrule that soft signal of out. Fielder says he got his fingers under the ball. What's your call, umpire Milind Rege?
That's a close call at this stage. Look at this stage now. The fingers, even if they are below the ball, one frame ahead gives a different picture, but maybe this one clears the doubt.
I would still go with the fielder there, because I think if he didn't have his fingers under the ball would have bounced up, and I don't see any bounce from that ball. There's no movement after the ball rests. I think the fingers are under the ball. If it was me, I'd be giving that out. But it's the decision that rests on the third umpire.
What's it going to be? OUT out.
I think that's a fair call, because no matter whether you talk about three-dimensional or two-dimensional views, There is a certain trajectory the ball has when it bounces up from the turf as opposed to settling in the fingers, and it settled in Parikshit Valsankar's fingers. Kadam goes for 13, it's 137 for 6. Western Dias picking up a second wicket here. We've often seen this tournament.
That's the big heave of the back foot, almost of the back foot. The ball travelling at great speed, but look at the way he's come forward. Brilliant, and he is a brilliant fielder.
Yep, you could see the finger going up from Royston Dias. Then a quick inquiry. Have you taken it? Fielder said yes. Third umpire said yes. Again up in the air. This time over the head of the fielder for 6. The batsman had crossed, and that's the difference between being a man in form. Sairaj Patil hits them big.
Oh, they're happy, simply majestic. Look at the full flow of the bat when you see the replay. What a player he is. Look at the replay. Oh, steps out, waits. Oh, look at the full flow of the bat. Beautiful shot. This man can hit big, Gautam.
Yes, he's on top of the tree. That's his 11th Skoda maximum 6. What a shot from Sairaj Patil. The only irony would be if one of those lands on top of the car.
He must stay till the end, Sairaj. Because if he stays till the end, they can collect another 15, 17 runs, if not more.
Yeah, again, that magical 160 mark we talked about. 8 balls, 17 runs, not impossible. Not that that's the answer. They've actually got past 160 and lost the game. Twice. They've lost 2, 1-2. Big game for both these teams. A virtual quarter-final. First bounce to the fielder. Busy fielder at long off, Parikshit Valsankar. Still disappointed with himself almost. Sairaj Patil as Atif Attarwala. See, that's the kind of a strike rate you want from a tail-ender who doesn't spend too much time at the crease. When he connects, he can connect big.
Yeah, he's a big striker of the ball, Atif Attarwala. He's come at the right time. Go for the big one. He must look for the sixers now. Let's see what Royston is going to do. Is he going to pitch it up to the bat? Oh, well bowled.
I think that's the ideal delivery at this stage. If you've got protection, long off, long on, that's what he's done. Good spell from Royston Dias, 2 for 34 in his 4. Just the one to go. They're 15 short of that 160 mark that they've set throughout this tournament. And all of it has been due to the momentum from Sairaj Patil. Started out little tentatively. He wasn't quite sure when he should accelerate, but when he did, he started hitting them big. Got his boundaries, but he's hit 4 maximums in this innings. Started today on 7, and he's now at 11 sixes for the tournament. The highest at T20 Mumbai. You could see that muted celebration, just saying that, yep, I've done okay. I want to play a few more. And all the runs in the areas you want to see them.
19 at mid-off and 13 at mid-on, so straight. 12 in the covers area, just the 8 behind the stumps. So effectively Sairaj Patil is the kind of player who plays so straight. Let's see what happens now.
Attarwala goes big, and he's got, oh, he's dropped. He has been dropped there. Karan Shah, the substitute fielder for the Triumph Knights.
Went for that extra cover heave. He almost got it. Perhaps the dew. Now let's see what happens with the big striker in charge. Sairaj Patil. I'd anticipate another 14 runs in this over.
Mohit Awasthi. Final over of the innings. Sairaj Patil looking to go big. 146 for 6. The target we are setting them here is 160 because they've never scored below that in this tournament. This is their 5th outing. Just didn't get hold of that one. Can he get a second? He can't. He's looking to Attarwala to give him the strike again.
They've got to touch that 160 mark because that's the kind of total which is now getting difficult to chase as the wicket is deteriorating. In spite of the dew, the wicket will play slow after the dew, after the roll effect is over. Happy the public that's come here. They're getting their money's worth.
Just wonderful to see such crowds coming in. Oh. Come so many times to watch so many international games at the Wankhede Stadium, but for this particular tournament it's absolutely outstanding. Support it's getting, and for all these players, many of whom may not have even played under lights, in front of such a big crowd, what an experience to step to that next level.
Tremendous opportunity. This Mumbai League T20. Here's the big man, Sairaj. Can go big. But Mohit has been bowling a decent spell. Just the 3 of the first 3 balls in the 20th over.
All right, call this one. Is this going into the stands? For their sake, it should be. Look out in the crowd. Didn't get hold of it. Didn't get hold of it. Just not giving him the length to hit. Also, I don't think he's hitting as straight as he's been hitting throughout the innings so far. He's just tending to go across the line.
You're absolutely spot on, Gautam, because everything that he hit to extra cover, to mid-off and to mid-on, straight, perfect creating shots. Now he's trying to just slog them.
Left-hander, tail-ender, lower order. Atif Attarwala makes decent contact, but again I don't think it'll be enough for more than 2. Would liked it to be 1 to give Sairaj a couple of deliveries, but they won't. Just the 1 ball to go, and unless there's a no ball or a wide, we're not going to see that 160 reached.
Gautam, I would have taken the chance of not taking the second run and allowed Sairaj Patil to take strike. Because if he gets a 6, well, I may be wrong, Atif Attarwala will hit a 6 too, but probably that would have been a better move.
Yeah, an excellent over from Mohit Awasthi. Picks up a couple to finish with. This time around, the men who make 160 every time have finished on 153 for 6. So by their standards, they should be a little bit worried. Just a pat on the back from Surya Kumar for an excellent effort of 59 not out from Sairaj Patil. But put in context the fact that this is a virtual quarter-final. 2 teams locked on 4 with the Akash Tigers also on 4 with a game in hand. So it means it's really a must-win for qualification in this case, and then hope that the Akash Tigers lose for both these teams to go through to the semi-final. 153 for 6, all on the back of 59 from Sairaj Patil. That's that one big partnership in the middle with Swapnil Salvi, 64 of 52, and then see the momentum at the end, 18 of 14 and 16 of 10. That's how you want to finish an innings. They would have liked it to be a little bigger, but they'll take the 153 at the moment. Full credit to the bowlers. Akash Parkar recently celebrated his birthday. 1 for 18 in 4 overs was certainly the pick of the Triumph Knights bowlers. Where do we stand at the halfway mark? We'll try and get a perspective from Charu Sharma.
Well, thanks so much, Sairaj. Fantastic knock under the circumstances. Wonderful 59. I'm sure you'll be happy.
Yeah, I'm pretty much happy today because I was getting starts, but I couldn't convert it into a big score. So my team, management, and everyone backed me well. And this knock was for the team. And hope we had put up a good score and we defend it.
In the last 2 or 3 overs, was there a possibility you felt you didn't get enough of the strike, or so it seemed?
Yeah, I couldn't get enough of the strike, but it's okay, part of the game. But we have to defend 153 on this wicket. The pitch is a bit too pace, so I'm sure with the bowling attack we have got, we'll defend it.
Yeah, Surya won the toss and he elected to bowl first, thinking it'll be easier to bat second and be more difficult for your bowlers with the possibility of dew. All that comes into play?
I think Surya is a good chaser, so if there is a target on the board, so he can play accordingly. But we have put up a good score. It's a fighting total and a do-or-die game for us, because if we win, we go to the first, or we have to wait for the other results.
All right, you look suitably tired. Go have a quick rest and we'll see you out again. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
You could see the teams are aware of the situation they're in. They know the team that loses will have to rely on other results. The target for the Triumph Knights, 154 and 20 overs and a spot in the semi-final. second part of a double-header at T20 Mumbai, coming to you live on Star Sports from the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. The Triumph Knights against the Panthers. And this is what happened after the North Mumbai Panthers were put into bat. Prithvi Shaw was on the rampage until Surya Kumar Yadav, his opposite number, ran him out. And then it took a fabulous knock from Sairaj Patil, a 59, that actually catapulted them to a reasonable total of 153. Doesn't look like a winning total, but certainly looks like a competitive one. All the bowlers contributed, but it was Akash Parkar, 4 overs, 1 for 18, who was the pick of them. Mohit Awasthi started things off, even though it was the first delivery that Prithvi Shaw got a boundary. Then he hit that one, and again really looked like he was on fire. They had a wonderful partnership. They had a partnership of 25 in just an over and a half, and then Vikrant Auti did this to Mohit Awasthi. Then Jude Singh joined Prithvi Shaw, and soon after, this direct throw from Surya Kumar Yadav accounted for the captain, Prithvi Shaw, and he was just short. Very unfortunate indeed. For some nice shots from Jude Singh, 3 boundaries. And this was unfortunate. The Cholkar getting rid of Dagaonkar, wasn't even sure himself at one stage. And briefly this looked as if it could open the floodgates. Jude Singh departed, and then started the partnership between Swapnil Salvi and Sairaj Patil. Salvi only contributed 19, but it was the innings of Sairaj Patil of 59, and the partnership was worth 64 until Swapnil Salvi was dismissed in the 17th over of the innings. But by that time, a bit of the damage had been done. It took Royston Dyers to come back and use all his experience and get rid of first Swapnil Salvi. And then in his next over, when Shashikant Kadam came, 1-4, 1-6. This was a 50 for Sairaj Patil, and there was one more wicket for them to take, and this was the wicket of Shashikant Kadam, caught by Parikshit Valsankar. They had to look at it upstairs. Royston Dyers picking up another wicket. Should have had a 7th. They didn't. And a pat on the back for a wonderful innings from Surya Kumar Yadav. Another reminder, it's a virtual quarter-final. The Triumphs Knights need 154, and the team that wins this game goes straight to the semi-final. The team that loses will have to wait for the Akash Tigers and see how they fare.
They have to wait for that result.
Dusters are playing.
Live scores, news,
Team preview,
match predictions.
fan code.
Fan code. Fan code.
No ads, pure sports.
So good evening everyone and welcome back to the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. The Mumbai Northeast Triumph Knights versus the North Mumbai Panthers. For the first time in the T20 Mumbai, the North Mumbai Panthers haven't reached that 160 mark and hence the Triumph Knights need 154 to win in 20 overs. A required run rate of 7.7. It's a fight for the semi-final berth. The team that wins will qualify. Let's see how this goes. But the highlights of the first innings definitely was Sairaj Patil's knock of 59 in 39 balls. Let's see how this game goes. It's Sumit Ghadigaonkar. 195 runs, a healthy, strong strike rate of 145.52. He'll be at the non-striker's end. You're all set as Siddhant Adhatrao gets ready to face the left-arm spin of Rahul Sawant. We spoke about the two opening batsmen. Giving me company in the commentator's box is former Mumbai captain Milind Rege. Good evening, Milind, and the chase is on.
Yes, it depends on what the start is. The first 6 overs of the power play are going to make a big impression in this game. Straight away starting with the spin bowlers, which seems to be the trend in this tournament.
Rahul Sawant starts well. A long off and a square leg, the two fielders on the boundary line. Good start.
Yes, Adhatrao's father is known to me, was a very good club cricketer. And this is a big opportunity for the young man.
Well, it must be so wonderful for you where you've played with players and now you're seeing their children, their sons doing so well in the Mumbai circuit.
Yes, it's been a long journey. It's always great to watch Mumbai cricketers because they play with such fire in their belly. They want to do well, get in the Mumbai team. But this is going to be a close game.
Comes down the wicket, slightly uppish over the short mid-wicket fielder. Wants to come back for the second run. Opens his account as Siddhant Adhatrao and opens the account of the Knights.
Looks quite positive in his approach. And that's important because when you start with a certain amount of momentum, the pressures are not there. Take the ones and twos, look for the occasional boundary. And like I've always been saying, play straight.
Oh yes, play straight, play in the way has always been Milind Rege's mantra. The ball that kept low. He must have been happy with the Sairaj's innings. He played really straight.
Oh, they were happy. Obviously, they must have been happy. Yes, but Sairaj Patil's innings was a magnificent innings. He's a big striker of the ball. Great talent.
Oh yes, great talent. Nicely played. The moment Adhatrao went onto the back foot and hit that, it was Milind Rege who said shot.
Yeah, that's a great shot, really. Going deep into the crease, away from the ball and square cutting it. Very good shot. Dropped it slightly short, but made use of that depth of the crease. Lovely start.
Excellent footwork, right? Because it's not only about walking down the track, going down the track. It's all about using the depth of the crease. Even back foot play is a different art.
It is.
Comes down the wicket, takes it on the full. This time connects and connects well. One bounce into the fence, double digits at the end of the first over. The Knights are 10 for no loss. It's going to be the left-arm medium pacer Atif Attarwala to bowl. Get a good start to the T20 Mumbai. But in this match, the Knights are off to a good start. 10 off the very first over. And this is how that first over ended. Once again, excellent footwork. This time coming down the track, taking it on the full. And he knew there's no long on. So all that he needed to do was to clear the infield. And timed it well. Couple of crisp shots, Milind, from Siddhanta Dhutra.
Yes, he started off well. For a young man to play this level of cricket, the confidence level is oozing. Attarwala.
11 wickets to him. Good start, nice shape, the ball that came in. And that is the stock delivery that Atif Attarwala has. Will look to trap the batsman, LBW Sumit Ghadigaonkar, the batsman.
Yes, Attarwala is an experienced bowler. He's been bowling well at the start. Tends to mix his deliveries. That's the field there. Very tightly packed field in the circle.
Nicely just opening the face of the bat, then gliding that off the mark is Sumit Ghadigaonkar. Milind, we've been talking about left-arm spinners, but left-arm medium pacers as well. Royston Dias, for Atif Attarwala, Ankur Singh, Arjun Tendulkar. That's a nice little group there.
Yes, it is. There are plenty over there. Plenty of good left-arm seamers. And the pitch also is helping because it's slowed down considerably. I've seen all these 4-5 names you took trying to, work their fingers on the ball, which is helping them in the sense that the ball doesn't come onto the bat to drive. But I agree with you that there is a crop of left-arm spinners. There's a crop of left-arm fast medium bowlers. And this tournament has come out with a lot of talent.
There's absolutely a lot of talent. Once again, the ball that came in a late last-minute adjustment. So left-arm spinners, medium pacers. We've had good leg spinners as well. Today we had Raunak Sharma, Parag Khanapurkar, Khizar Dafidar. That's Atif Attarwala in this T20 Mumbai. The first two matches, 3 back-to-back wickets, 3 and 3. Then he's yet to pick a wicket after the first 2 matches that he's played. It'll be a little expensive with against the Tigers. 4 overs, conceded 40 runs. So that's again something that Atif Attarwala will have to look into. He may not pick wickets, but not concede that many runs.
Dead straight. That's what he should be doing. Just bowl at the stumps. And bowl in an area where you're not able to drive the ball. Both the line and length matters here. Sumit Ghadigaonkar will have to quicken because he's not at the best of strike rates. He will have to maintain the tempo. Keep that tempo at about 7 runs per over. Don't go behind it because then the middle overs start getting difficult, and that's the middle overs which are dangerous where wickets fall.
Oh yes, those middle overs, and that's why it's important. Get a good start. Not that it's an assurance, but it feels better in the dugout. Goes for the big one, slightly uppish, but in the gap between mid-wicket and mid-on. Took that shot on and has pulled it off. The first boundary of Sumit Ghadigaonkar's bat.
I think that was a great shot. The pickup shot. Look at the pickup. Oh, beautiful. Just hit it on the rise in that gap. Absolute perfect timing.
And that follow-through is something that must have made you happy, Milind.
Yeah, he's striking the ball well. They have to maintain this tempo. Get your runs, get your 45, 50 runs in the first 6 overs. Not losing wickets. Don't play shots which are tentative. Don't play shots which are risky. But just try and find the gaps.
Try and find the gaps, and yes, he does find the gap. What a lovely shot that is. Through the covers, just pushed it, just placed it in that gap. Back-to-back boundaries to finish 2 overs. The Knights are off and running, 20 for no loss. The first 2 overs going for 10 runs each. The bowling change that has affected. Going to be Prathamesh Dake to bowl the 3rd over, playing his 4th match. Nicely bowled, a good outswing there.
And equally well played. This is that superb cover drive. Beautifully. Just open the face of the bat. And that one was the other one. Played it at the other side of the bowler. Fielder, I beg your pardon. It's such a difficult chase, isn't it? Teases you when you go when you chase it to the boundary. But that's been a great start. 9.23 is the run rate. Maintain it. Try and maintain it as much as possible.
And Milind, even in this T20 era of cricket, when we talk about power, brute force, it's so nice to see these shots which are just caressed, just timing, all flair and elegance there.
Oh, they're happy. They're a happy lot. They're enjoying this Mumbai T20 league. And what a crowd it's been. In spite of the hot evenings, they come from all over the place. It's been a terrific tournament. Yes. What do you say? That's right. Didn't time it at all. Didn't time it at all. Yes. At the end of it all, you know, if you look at Rohit Sharma batting, he never hits it hard. He just caresses the ball, and the ball flies to the boundary.
Oh yes, what a wonderful environment this is at the Wankhede Stadium. They are enjoying, they're having a great time. That's the Vijay Merchant Pavilion. On a Wednesday evening, coming to watch this match between the Panthers and the Knights. Oh, nicely bowled. Wonderful bowling. How did that miss the stumps?
He beat him in flight. He beat him off the pitch. Slower ball. Oh, how did it miss that off bail? So unlucky. Look at that little movement. Just missed the bails by a whisker.
Oh, it just missed. Oh, and great camera work there as well. Till the right moment, you could see that ball just missing that bail by inches. Excellently captured. Once again, nicely bowled. Good start this to Prathamesh Dake's over, especially after the first 2 overs were taken for 10 each. Bowling that line outside the off stump and mixing them well, Milind.
He's getting movement with the dew on the ground. It always happens that the new ball tends to move around a little bit. Just that wee bit to beat the batsman. But yes, he's bowling well. He's an experienced bowler.
Oh yes, bringing all the experiences, Dake. In the air, but it's in the gap. Wants to come back for the second. 2 runs taken there. Over comes to an end. 3 overs bowled. 22 for Knights. So 3 overs, 22 for no loss. At the same stage, the North Mumbai Panthers were 27 for 2. 132 required in 102 balls. Prithvi Shaw leading the Panthers. Pulled away, it's in the air, there's a fielder. Oh, right into him. That was a plan. Bowled the short ball, the square leg at the boundary line. Just had to come a couple of yards in. And that's the wicket.
Short ball. Pulled him on the front foot really. Didn't come up. And hold it out to deep square leg. for an easy catch. Atif Atharwala.
Atif Atharwala is happy. He gets that wicket. Nicely taken there by Shashikant Kadam. Sumit Ghadigaonkar out on 9. 22 for 1 are the Knights. So 22 for 1. The new batsman is Parikshit Valsankar. There is Tushar Deshpande. Yesterday he bowled well and he's coming here. He's come here to watch the match. Maybe also plotting his strategy of how to scalp the wickets because the Arcs Andheri have qualified. What a shot that is, but straight to the fielder. But that will make Parikshit feel nice. The first ball, middle of the bat, playing his 12th match, 218 runs. 116.58, a strike rate, a good all-rounder, bowls his leg spin, feels well. Today took a good catch. A wonderful cricketer. This is how Sumit Ghadigaonkar fell. Tried to pull that, but straight to the hands of Shashikant Kadam. Atif Atharwala picking up that wicket. Nicely bowled. Good celebration there as well. This time he connects and also finds the gap. The previous ball was a good shot, but he found the fielder. This time he does one little better. Finds the gap, pierces the gap and a boundary.
He is a small man, he's a little fellow. But look at the power he hits with ball with. Just rises tall, reads the length well and places it between the two fielders. He's a good player, very good all-rounder, this young man. Comes into bat always at number 3, can bowl his 4 overs. Is a brilliant fielder, like you said, Prasanna, earlier. Right, he's on track.
And quite popular as well is Parikshit Valsankar. Comes from the suburb of Mulund. And at Mulund Gymkhana, whenever he plays, you'll see big posters of him that he has a lot of support and he's delivering as well. Nice to see that babies, youngsters, seniors, families who come here at the Wankhede Stadium on a Wednesday evening to watch the match under floodlights.
T20 cricket has been a family outing, really. It's been wonderful to see so many people.
It was making you really happy when you've seen the old Wankhede, the new Wankhede under lights. What a wonderful environment this is.
It's one of the best grounds in the world. Probably the best wicket in India also. The crowds, look at them. Look at the massive crowds that have gathered. And for all the days that this tournament has been played, they're enjoying themselves. All the stands almost filled up in the lower tiers. Amazing crowds. T20 cricket has taken over.
Oh yes, amazing. To this day 9, this is match number 18, and you can see those big smiles, having a gala time at the Wankhede. Short ball pulled away, the fine leg inside the 30-yard circle. You cannot stray down the leg side. A boundary to finish 4 overs. 30 for 1 are the Knights. So Prathamesh Dake continuing his spell, bowled a wonderful first over, conceded just 2 runs. Atif Atrawala, that last ball of the previous over straight down the leg side. You just can't do that when you have the fine leg inside the 30-yard circle.
That's way down the leg side. And all Parikshit Valsankar had to do is to help himself to hit that boundary. A bonus boundary to the Knights. Meanwhile, Adatrao has slowed down a little bit, trying to hit the ball too hard. It started well. Again, sitter hit across the line and a wicket gone.
Oh yes, he was trying too hard this time again, trying to pull that, didn't quite get the timing. And this is the second wicket that falls for the Knights. And Dake picks up that wicket.
I think he was a bit anxious that he was not getting the run rate. Hence that cross-batted shot.
He's got off to a flyer, then a few dot balls. Siddharth Adatrao out for 13. Knights are 30 for 2. Batsman is Surya Kumar Yadav. After that wicket of Siddharth Adatrao, playing his 12th match, is Surya Kumar Yadav. 432 runs to his credit, 156.52, 24 sixes and a best of 90 not out. Even in the last match that Triumph Knights beat the Shivaji Park Lions, it was this very partnership that was between Valsankar and Surya Kumar Yadav. Valsankar scored 52 not out. Surya Kumar Yadav scored 56 not out. So this is the most important partnership for the Knights chasing this target.
Let's have a look at that wicket. He got a bit flustered because he was not getting the singles or the fours. Hit across the line to be easily caught at mid-on. So Prathamesh Dake, an experienced fast-medium bowler, tall, bowls well within himself, has lots and lots of variations. Surya Kumar Yadav of the Knights, King Arthur, Knights of the Round Table. There he comes. Straight away starts hitting the ball in the middle of the bat. This is the wicket that they are looking for. If the Panthers can get Surya Kumar Yadav early, the game will open wide.
Yes, it will. They've got 2 wickets. 1 ball to go off the 5th over. Prathamesh Dake has bowled really well. He's bowling his 2nd over, has conceded just 4 runs in the power play, bowling 2 overs, conceding just 4. 2.18 per over. Nicely bowled, a good finish to that over. 5 overs bowled, 90 balls, 122 to win. The Knights are 32 for 2.
So then, Sawant into ball, another left-arm spinner. Palishit, Valasankar and Surya Kumar Yadav. You don't get a better pair than that. The Triumph Knights now depend on this pair to see them through.
Well, the reason that, sorry to interrupt, that Surya had said we'd like to be bowling first is because the likely dew factor on, it's almost like you can have a shower there or take a bath at any rate if you go down on the ground. So very heavy dew, despite the fact that, of course, the groundspeople try and move the mat around and try and disperse the dew. But this is a big factor. And the bowling side, well, Prithvi Shaw, the toss, said that he too would have liked to have bowled first. But you lose the toss, what do? So he said, let me not get into it. But the truth is, particularly for the spinners, it's going to be a serious factor as the match goes along. So in that sense, the Triumph Knights, despite the fact that they don't have a big total, may have the advantage.
They did have what you referred to a few days ago as the rack drag between innings. Well, that clearly doesn't seem to have helped. Playing at 6 and over so far. They need 154 to win. It's a top of the table clash. Both teams with 4 points each.
Well, the big advantage, of course, is they have a man who can boss the bowling. And he's the man. 90 runs in that first match. 56 not out. This is in 35 versus the line. So when he gets going, and he, remember, has this pattern of starting a little slow and seeing what's what, and then he can go really big and really quick. So such a big weapon to have.
That's, of course, an innings that he played with the beard. We'll see what he can do without the beard.
Well, as long as he has a bat in hand, the rest may not matter too much. But Parikshit also, we'll have to say, is just the right man to give Surya company. They both just come in, 7 deliveries each, so plenty of time to reset.
Will be called a wide. Funny things affect human psychology, isn't it? Things they call tashan in Mumbai, beard ke saath, bina beard ke, लाल कलर के रुमाल के साथ, breakfast में इडली खाने के बाद.
I suppose you can say that I've never experienced this thing you call tashan. Power play gone, 36 for 2.
Outie.
12 balls and we haven't had a boundary. Will Surya Kumar Yadav and Valasankar go after Praveen Tambe? Bowls a flatter trajectory, relatively more predictable in terms of the trajectory. But, it's also quite humid there. Have a look at his jersey.
Well, this is Mumbai. Always be hot and always humid. More humid now than hot. But PT hasn't really been among the wickets, so he'll be very anxious. Oh, first ball, big appeal, ungiven! Big blow for the Triumph Knights. And hasn't Praveen Tambe come back with a fabulous reply to being carted for many runs in the past. He's a quality bowler, and first ball up, he strikes.
The 47-year-old young man right on the money with his first delivery. His coach won't be happy with that. Valasankar playing across the line all over it. He knew it. Tambe knew it. So did the umpire. It had to be out. Hitting middle for sure.
Well, no wonder the umpire took some time, because it was the front foot, and the umpire might have wondered, is it going to spin one way or the other or not? Well, we'll never know. Parikshit Valsankar gone for 10. It's 36 for 3.
Well, BT, good start here, BT.
Valsankar goes, trying to play that cross-barrel shot. In comes Karan More. Interesting twist then.
Yeah, he's playing his 4th match, has done reasonably well so far, More. Nothing against that. 150 almost the strike rate. That's a match-winning strike rate. And if you go back to that first ball, tough on the umpire, because look at his front foot. Did go slightly across and then along the line. Where was that ball headed? Because he's way outside his crease. Would it have come back, hit the stumps, gone over? We'll never know. They sneak a single.
Well, he is bowling much slower in this game. Pitched to the naked eye would have seemed that it's going straight to the stumps.
Well, it's adjacent. Yeah, you'll have to, which is why the umpire gave it out, because he's not going to outguess, double guess and triple guess. He said, well, it's sort of stump line. I don't know how much it's going to turn, and I don't know what the bounce is. It's relatively low. So yeah, I think I'll give that out. And all those thoughts may have been going on in the umpire's mind before he finally, agonizingly for the batsman, raised his finger. Again, a big appeal, wrong on. Oh, they are so keen by the umpire saying, take it easy. Now, to me, it looked like the wrong one, but we'll find out from the front, because we don't have a good view of that from the commentary box. And if it was the wrong one, then might have gone down leg. Well, take a look again. Here we are. A similar ball. Oh, okay, well, it's just that it hit him a lot higher. So in this case, you can argue about the height, for instance. Praveen Tambe thinks that's going to hit middle of middle.
It's almost scolding the umpire. Call it to R.D. Burman in Mumbai cricket. Very, very good over by Praveen Tambe. Right on the money, 7 gone, 37 for 3. Chase gets interesting. Valsankar goes, 117 more needed of 78. Tambe's bowled an excellent over. In comes Kadam. Too short to start the over. Could go for 2. Yeah, good pick up and release that. Let's take a look at that leg before wicket appeal once again.
Well, it could be the decision that makes or mars the match as far as one team or the other is concerned. Here we are again. Chandrakant Mase thought that may be going either down leg or high for sure. He's taken a reasonable step forward. It's at a knee roll on the higher side. And now we say that the pitch doesn't have too much bounce, but it may have clipped the top of leg. Of course, we'll never know. But a brave decision by Mase, the umpire. I suspect it might have been going just down leg and just a shade too high, because leggies do get a lot of rev and extra bounce.
course, we do have the advantage of having multiple replays. He says no, no. Strong-headed umpire, despite that vociferous appeal from Praveen Tambe.
Well, I'm glad that umpire Masi was in control. He says, calm down, everybody. Take it easy. Good thought. But, you know, it could have gone either way. And with Surya back, I think the Triumph Knights would have folded. But we have been, of course, heaping high praise on Surya for good reason, because he is a clear match winner. And if he can do it at the highest stage of the game, he can certainly do it here today.
Well, another match winner from his dream city has done very well for his county side, Hampshire, today against Nottinghamshire. Ajinkya Rahane has scored 100 on county debut. The third Indian to do so.
Well, how about some applause? Come on. Well done, Ajinkya. We'd like to have seen you here, by the way.
Piyush Chawla and Murli Vijay, the other two. Chawla did it for Sussex in 2009 and Murli Vijay for Essex. Of course, the other two.
Okay, also, I'm going to go back to this now. 42 for 3 at this stage. They were 55 for 4, the Panthers. So many more runs, but a couple of one wicket extra, which to me about evens it up, because this is another very good pair. More has done good work. Surya, we know. Up in the air, but in the gap. Sweetly timed by the boss. And it's 46 for 3.
Another loud appeal for leg before. Well, I'm hoping Praveen Tambe and umpire are going to be friends after this game.
Well, again, it could have been close, but I think it landed just outside leg. It's going to be another eventful over. However, let's go down to Karishma Kotak and see who she has with her.
Well, I have with me the very tall Royston Dias. And I wanted to ask you, you're the highest wicket taker of the league, so you must be very happy with yourself.
Yeah, I am happy, but the job's not done yet. Hopefully, if we win today, 2 more matches to come, and the eye is on the big prize.
It's going well for the spinners, so as a fast bowler, what's your strategy?
Before the tournament, I've worked on my variations with Abhishek Nair, and I've planned out a few field settings which help me in the death overs.
With a league like this, sorry, there's a lot of noise. With a league like this, a high-pressured league like this, how do you unwind when you go home?
I just tend to relax a bit. After going back to my room, I just go to my friend's room and then we chill a bit. That's how we kind of have our fun. And then on the next day, we just go for a pool session or something and relax.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on the current match situation?
I think right now we need a partnership, one partnership, and we'll be on top.
Okay. And I mean, we've been talking. There's a lot of crowd over here. So how does that feel? Because it's the second league, the second, year of the league, and the crowd is here, and that must be very exciting for you as well.
Yeah, I think the crowd's been really good this year. It's better than last year actually. And even during the weekday, on the weekends it's okay, but on weekdays the crowd is fantastic. So it's exciting. I mean, the more the crowd, the better you feel while playing.
Thank you so much. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you so much. Back to you guys.
Well, thanks, Karishma. And while that chat was on, a couple of chabuk shots from Surya Kumar Yadav. One in the last over in that wide long on region, and then one on the offside. Looks like Surya Kumar Yadav has said, all right, I'm going to go for it.
Well, I've got to say, Praveen Tambe is doing the right thing by pitching it up. Of course, there are a couple of full tosses there, low full tosses, and the batsmen were not able to capitalize. But by pitching it up, and a leggy has to do that, there's been no room for the cut, and it's left them guessing. Is it going to be a googly, or is it going to be a regular leg spin? Of course, you should read it in the air, but easier said than done. And which is why, Manish, you might have seen a lot of times, he's hit the pad. And he's bowling a sort of a leg stump line where it's very difficult to make. Can't leave the ball. You don't know if he's going to come back or not. Very clever bowling today.
It's also skidding on a little bit with the conditions. The ball's where I'm not sure how Praveen Tambe is managing to grip the ball well. 9 gone, 52 for 3. Now, just a thought, they're batting at less than 6 and over. 102 more needed of the remaining 11. How about a spin in? Oh, big appeal! Come on! That's a big one! Surya Kumar Yadav is not very happy with it. Well, that should be it for the North Mumbai Panthers. Massive, massive wicket for Sawant.
Well, my first reaction is that he was dead. It was an armour, came pretty sharply in. And I don't think he read that quickly enough. His bat was late, he was late on it. There we go, rocketed in, went on the back foot. Well, I mean, he may argue that may have just about gone down leg, but it was the back foot, and it wasn't all that high. I'm afraid that's an error. He was just late on it, and he paid the penalty. 14 from 15 for the big man. 52 for 4 now, Triumph Knights.
Right, so Surya Kumar Yadav back in the heart, 4 down. The defending champions, the Triumph Knights. The North Mumbai Panthers surely now in the driver's seat, unless Karan More and Vinayak Bhoyer can produce a special chase from here on. 102 more needed from 65.
Well, Vinayak Bhoyer's strike rate is not fantastic, but he's a tough player, a hard-boiled professional. Oh, the wicket now, the first ball. Driven for a single. So let's just see what happens here. They're 4 wickets down. So, by the way, were the Panthers. They are 10 runs down. Take a look at that again. Fired in on the back foot, and could have just about avoided leg stump maybe. Yeah, from that angle you feel it might have slid down leg, but it may have also clipped. And if you get wrapped in the back foot, it's just for the umpires, it's a telling sign.
Let's also take a look at how much more did the ball have to travel in just a bit, because he was on the back foot, inside the crease, very close to the stumps. Surya Kumar Yadav, well, as a batsman, will obviously be justified in being disappointed, but they call him Junior Sachin in the Palghar district. Yeah, that's where it is. Not much for the unless he thought it would go over the bails.
No. I mean, it's been keeping low, so let's not talk about height here. I think that would clattered onto the stump had it touched the leg stump. But the only question is, would it have just about missed leg or clipped it?
Consensus here in the commentary box is that it was out.
Well, I'm glad you're democratic about it, but the umpire wasn't. So in his mind, He felt it may have clipped leg. Brave decision though. I think Surya was a shade lucky the last time around against Praveen Tambe, in that the umpire decided then not to give him leg before.
Slipped straight away. Now that Prithvi Shaw smells an early finish here.
Oh, I don't think so, because even the Panthers were 4 wickets down. Of course, at this point in time, they scored a bit because Sairaj came in and started hitting the ball around. So they're 16 runs behind now, the Knights, but plenty of time left, I have to say. Well, not plenty, but there is time left for a nice rescue action, a rescue mission here. And let's not forget Akash Parker, because he can come in and do a Sairaj anytime.
10 gone, 54 for 4.
Live scores, news,
Team preview.
match predictions.
Fan code.
Fan code. Fan code.
No ads. Pure sports.
Start of the 11th over, whether or not you agree with the decision, at the end of the day, all that matters is what's in the scorebook and what's on the Dream 11 list. 20 points is all that Surya Kumar Yadav will earn, no more. Had he stuck around, he would have gone up that list.
I've really yet to meet a batsman who's happy with an LBW decision. But this was a close one, really. Whether it would have clipped the leg bail. Shot. What a shot this is.
Excellent effort in the field. Sairaj Patil.
Let's have a look at the decision. I thought the ball was an arm ball. Perhaps there was still a little more place till it travelled to the stumps. I would have looked at it pretty closely and given the benefit of doubt, but I'm not straight, so I cannot really say. But on the screen, it looked very close to the stumps, Surya, but perhaps it could have clipped or left or gone past the leg stump.
I know our previous commentary pairing was suggesting that it's the consensus in the commentary box is out, but I think it's a bit like not out was a consensus. Well, I'll stick with that, but it'll be a bit like the exit polls in the elections. The initial opinion and the final verdict could still differ, and we of course will have different people voting for different sides of the coin.
Tambe bowling a great spell, really. Wiley Fox. Tambe hasn't gone for anything at all. It's taken the most important wicket that they needed.
Yes, 2 wickets. First Praveen Tambe, then Sawant, back-to-back wickets. We talk about fast bowlers bowling it in the block hole. Praveen Tambe can do it too, and he had to dig it out. 59 for 4. 59 for 4, the required rate just about 10.5, which with 6 wickets in hand, someone like Parker to come, you wouldn't say it's out of reach yet, but certainly is running away quickly.
Oh yes!
Vikrant Auti captained them in the absence of Prithvi Shaw.
Gautam, don't remember him bowling, but perhaps the slowness of the wicket, the slight turn and the left-hander at the crease, maybe the reason why the captain has given him a spell. This is a do-or-die match for both the sides. The one who wins will qualify. Still a lot of batting left for the Knights. Akash Parker, their main batsman after Surya Kumar Yadav, is yet to come. Short delivery pulled away, but there is enough defense in the outfield. That's really clumsy. 1 run and more to the total. These runs matter because they release your pressure. Look at that throw. That's really clumsy from the bowler. You've got to be aware of what's happening.
But he does have some credentials. Just looking back at the previous game when Vikrant Auti was captain, he did bring himself on to bowl. In fact, bowled 3 overs. 3 overs, 1 for 18, the wicket of Arjun Tendulkar. Little unlucky there. I guess that's the kind of fortune that the batting side will need if they had to get close to this target that initially, when the innings started, didn't look monumental, but now when the required rate is touching 11, you know you've fallen behind the 8 ball.
And the ball is skidding. There's so much dew on the pitch. There's no turn. See that skid? Nicely played. That's the kind of dabs you need to off-spinners who don't spin the ball.
Yes, not just these little groups. There's been a fair feature of the crowd here at the Wankhede Stadium. They've come in numbers. Remember, it's a working day. They've finished work and come for a lovely evening of cricket. 12 overs, 66 for 4.
चांस तो लेने वाले पीटी को बोलना चांस लेने वाले लंबा ही रखना लंबा रखने बोला पीटी
The problem, as you look at the Atul Project's run graft, is that those 4 Ws were unwanted for the chasing team. He's given him. He asked, he pleaded. It was not just an appeal. It was a full-fledged presentation and a proposition. And he finally gave it.
He asked him 4 times. Let's have a look at this. Yes, it's on the mat. Maybe he hit him low. And a flipper really that was. Once, twice, thrice, 4 times. How was that? And he's happy.
always have to respect the elderly. Karan More goes for 12 with 66 for 5.
पृथ्वी एक के लिए, पृथ्वी एक के लिए, ये साइड।
Crucial spell now from Praveen Tambe. He's coaxed his way to a couple of wickets. This man walking in is going to be critical for their chances. We know he can go big.
But then the thing with Praveen Tambe is that he doesn't spin the ball. And because of the dew, the ball tends to go straight. He's not even bowling his googlies. AB to the left-hander.
Well run. They were hesitating initially, but they've come back for a second run. There's another look at that. Really see the angle of that delivery. No problem with where the ball pitched, it was just where the ball was headed.
There you go, he bowls a googly to the left-hander. Such a clever bowler, isn't he? He's had a great spell. He's just given the 16. Taken 2 wickets of 3.4. Akash Parker will have to play an innings of his lifetime. 11 matches.
Oh yes,
once again, look at that delivery.
Plenty of instructions from the bat from Swapnil Salvi. Been discussing tactics rather loudly. Not bothered that the batsman can understand every word he says. Or maybe sometimes it was just meant for the batsman's benefit. 13 gone, 71 for 5.
बरोबर आहे. राहुल्या एक चांगला इथे भाई. Hold रे.
Spin from both ends continues. Savant's taken the key wicket.
Akash Parker will soon realize that there's no spin at the moment because of the dew. The ball is just coming in. So accordingly, he'll have to play his shots. Don't play across the line. The umpire is going to give you out.
Instructions continue to come thick and fast from Swapnil Salvi. Almost worth pausing and just listening to him between deliveries. Lots to say. Prithvi Shaw very quietly whispering to the bowler, but very different from the keeper.
Oh well, Prithvi Shaw has accepted the captaincy role, isn't it? So young and still so mature.
Just haven't seen enough of that, the batsmen using their feet to the spinners. Make them think differently, make them do something different. Kutambe as well. It's not that we haven't seen him hit. When he gets hit, he goes for 50 runs in 4 overs. But that's only when the batsmen take the initiative against him. If you let him dictate, he'll be all over you.
Very well bowled.
They're getting quickly through their overs, not allowing the batsmen to settle down.
There's a ride home, Milan. Comfortable. Perfect colour. Lovely electric blue. And Skoda Rapid Onyx. Cannot get more peace of mind than if that is your transport. Look good, but just fetched him a single. The run rate required has now gone to 13. 6 to go, 76 for 5. That's been the problem. Just heading in the wrong direction. The green worm. It's not just the locals. We're seeing some international faces in there as well. And why not? Got international quality cricket being played, and if you're just passing by, you think there's something big going on at the Wankhede, just buy a ticket and walk in. T20 Mumbai. Year 2. Heading into the business end of the tournament. Friday and Saturday, the semi-finals, big final on Sunday. By the way the tournament is shaped up, only one of these two teams will make it to the semi-finals unless the Akash Tigers decide to do something crazy, because it's in their hands to be the second team to get into the semi-final. There you see it. The winner of this, 6 points into the semis. The loser waits for the game between Akash Tigers and the Shivaji Park Lions. One of the two matches they play with the team from the other group. All Akash Tigers have to do is win and they're through. All the team that loses tonight will have to pray that the Shivaji Park Lions can produce a miracle. Gone! Looked elegant, but I think it was part of a plan. And that's the end of wicket number 6.
Yeah, Atif Atarwala has been a consistent performer. Good line, a good length, giving the batsman an opportunity to drive and an easy catch to bid off.
The end of Vinayak Bhoir. One of the easier catches you'll see. Well taken by Sairaj, who's been involved in this game. 13 of 16, 77 for 6. There you have a look at the task that lies ahead. It's exactly the halfway mark. And if you're at the halfway mark and you've only got 4 wickets and 5.4 overs left, you know you've done something wrong. You're not at the right place. 77 for 6. Still another 77 to get. Who's going to get them? Well, that's one of them.
Beautifully bowled, slower delivery, holds it out to mid-off. Atif Attarwala is bowling a line which is so close to the stumps, and many a time, quite a few occasions, he's come down short. Parker will have to go all out now. There's no time left in this game.
Not quite the way they'll need to be clearing the outfield. He knows he doesn't have much help. He's already got Tripathi, not much to come after this. It's going to have to be a solo effort if they have to keep the defending champions still interested in back-to-back trophies, because it looks increasingly likely that we will have a new champion at T20 Mumbai for 2019.
Keeping the basics absolutely simple. Atif Attarwala is bowling the right line and the right length, not trying to bowl it quick, mixing the deliveries with the rolling of his fingers over the ball. More importantly, he's bowling at the stumps.
Just in case you thought I was jumping the gun. Well, it doesn't mean that the team that loses tonight are eliminated from the tournament. What it does mean is their fate lies in the hands of another team. That is the Akash Tigers, who will play the Shivaji Park Lions tomorrow. And if they do their duty and go on to win that, then the team that loses tonight will be eliminated. And it looks increasingly likely that that team will be the Knights, the defending champions.
Never know in cricket, anything is possible, Gautam. Maybe the Lions will upset their opposition tomorrow.
Absolutely, we know they're last year's finalists. At the end of 15, 81 for 6, required rate at 14.6.
Live scores, news,
Team preview,
match predictions.
fan code.
Fan code. Fan code.
No ads, pure sports.
So 73 runs required in 30 balls. Short ball pulled away towards long on. But what an innings it was from Sairaj Patil for the North Mumbai Panthers. 59 that he scored in 39 balls. But now the Knights finding it a little difficult. 29 balls, 72 to win. Puneet Tripathi batting on to Akash Parker, the lone and the last hope, as we welcome in the commentators box Charu Sharma. Good evening, Charu.
Good evening, Prasanna. Yeah, looks impossible, doesn't it? But I still, well, there's hope as long as Akash Parker's there, because he can hit the ball a long way. And he just you know, the bowling's been tight, the fielding's been good. They've taken almost all their catches. And that's made a big difference. And I dare say they've been a little less adventurous, the earlier batsmen, than they might have wanted to be. So most of the wickets there were just very good bowling rather than just a bad shot.
Oh yes, that is Sairaj Patil could be the dream 11 game changer of the match, and he really changed the game with that batting knock.
So can Akash Parker out game changer him? We'll see. Oh, gone! No! Wow, everything happened there. We thought he'd go for a big one, big swing, missed it completely, thought it hit the stumps. But Parker lucky to get away. It's amazing how he missed the line completely.
Yes, completely missed the line. It looked like he would connect it, but not to be. Yes, another dot ball that will pile up more pressure.
Well, he's just not connecting well, is he? Very poor timing by Parker for the moment. That was a little too full the last ball to hit big. Still trying to go for the big swing and just caught it off the inside edge. But he might well be wondering in his mind, what am I supposed to do here? I can't seem to really time the shot at all. Great to see big crowds here.
It's great to see big crowds. It's not connected well, not timed. It's in the air, should be taken and is taken. Sairaj Patil, the fielder there, after a good day with the bat, now takes that catch as well. Another wicket that falls. Punit Tripathi has to walk back.
Well, what was Tripathi thinking? Because really it was Parker to do the big hitting. And Tripathi said, well, I'm going to try and help myself to a six here. Spooned, I wouldn't say an easy catch. It was a skyer, but it was relatively easy for a man with Sairaj Patil's ability. And I think there was not the right strategy. Punit Tripathi, 3 and 4, 84 for 7.
So 84 for 7 now with every dot ball and a wicket that is falling. It's looking all the more difficult. The spinners have done the job for the North Mumbai Panthers. Praveen Tambe being the picking up 2 wickets. And that's the Ward Wiz VIP box. And what a wonderful place that is to watch the game, the T20 Mumbai. And keeping everyone safe and happy is that. 16 overs ball, 85 for 7. So Prathamesh Daki is brought into the attack and he bowls these slower ones really well. For the first time it was the North Mumbai Panthers who did not score 160 or more than that. But today, so far, they've defended well.
Yes, they have, without doubt. I think, you know, they might even have been 5 or 10 short. But let's go back to Tripathi. Why was he trying to play the hero? And again, for the 100th time, a batsman could not get to the pitch of the ball, hit the bottom of the bat and spooned up a relatively easy catch to Sairaj Patil. Prithvi Shaw also patrolling that area. Quick to congratulate Patil. Prathamesh, 1 for 5, bowling his 3rd over. So he's been very tight and successful.
Yes, he's been tight, successful, and a wonderful line and length that he's bowling. And that's his fans with that banner, I love, or we love, Prathamesh Dake.
And we love T20 Mumbai. Lots of local heroes here. All of them hard-boiled professionals, very good cricketers. I know the pitch has kind of not produced the runs that people might have enjoyed, but it's been very close contests. And the bowlers have been allowed for a change to be right on top in T20 cricket. I'm sure all the bowlers would have enjoyed this tournament so far. Prathamesh, 4 balls to go. Parker, well, just patted down for a single. He seems to be in no hurry, or maybe the ball wasn't right. But I'm sure he knows now, somewhere in his brain, that it's 19 runs per over at this point of time. So if you don't go hard now, it's going to be 25 each in the last 2, and that'll be well nigh impossible.
Oh yes, absolutely. 21 balls, 66 to win. And that's the dilemma with just 3 wickets left. What is Akash Parker thinking?
And that's the Panthers' dugout. Nobody seems to be having a half smile on their face. I don't know what the tension's all about. You guys should be at least showing us the beginnings of a smile. All right, not until the fat lady sings, I suppose. Oh, down leg, full toss over, fine. That was a poor ball. And Prathamesh says, why don't you leap and catch that? And the fielder might well want to tell Prathamesh, why don't you come in here, leap and catch that? Poor ball.
Oh yes, we're talking about Prathamesh Dake's excellent bowling. This time strays down the leg side, full toss. The fine leg is inside the 30-yard circle. That's a freebie which is accepted by Mohit Awasthi, his first boundary. They need these boundaries on a regular basis, at least 2 to 3 every over, maybe more than that.
Well, I'd suggest they need maximums. But Mohit did well. He capitalized on loose delivery. That's what you need to do when you get into a slightly desperate frame, or maybe a nervous frame. You can't even put away the easy deliveries. There we are. Quick look at the field. The 3 on the offside in this 30-yard ring, and of course 1 a short fine.
Let's also speak about Prithvi Shaw and his captaincy today. Made those bowling changes. It's the Skoda maximum 6s in the T20 Mumbai this season. Sairaj Patil now tops that list with 11 for the North Mumbai Panthers. Surya Kumar Yadav with 9. Raunak Sharma with 9. A few new names there. Sairaj Patil topping the table there.
Well, he's done extremely well, because I just don't see too many names there that may be able to catch up with him, because most of those teams may not make it to the knockouts. Prathamesh, last ball. Again, full toss, down leg. Is it in the gap? No, it's brilliantly fielded. A short fine, because another few inches then might have gone for 4. So well fielded there. 94 for 7 after 17.
So that was a good save from Rahul Sawant there at short fine leg, because the fine leg and square leg, both fielders were inside the 30-yard ring. Had that ball gone past them, there would have been runs. So saving a couple of runs definitely for the team. The left-arm spinner Rahul Sawant has also picked up a wicket. He picked up that big wicket of Surya Kumar Yadav, but judged LBW for 14. 3 overs to go. That is 18 balls, 60 to win. Akash Parker batting at a strike rate of 76.5. That needs to get a little better.
Little better. Needs to be 700 right now if they need to get going. But Atif Atharwala has done well. 2 for 23. He's in his last over. And then we'll see who goes for 19 and 20. Oh, no. That might just fall into no man's land. How lucky Akash Parker. But once again, an indication that just no pace in the wicket. And maybe they were slightly slow as well. Parker lucky to get away with that. Oh, yep. First quencher, Bisleri. Well done, you guys. Bring some in here. But this is looking more and more hopeless for the Triumph Knights. There it is again. Went underneath it.
Yes, no power behind that shot, and that's what it has been the story for Akash Parker. 14 in 18 balls, 77.8 the strike rate that he's batting at.
Now, for us, of course, we speak, they play, and it's a lot easier to speak than play. But for Mohit, look for the big one. If you can't, make sure you get a single. Go for it. You've got to get Parker there. Mohit, what were you thinking? I know what happens is when you try and, when you're at the striker's end and you don't quite know what's happened, last thing on your mind's a run. Because you don't know where the ball is.
Oh, yes, that's exactly what happened. You're just searching. He said no, in fact. But Akash Parker ran almost half the pitch. There was no way that Mohit could have refused that. He had to run.
Yeah, well, Parker did the right thing. But, you know, with each delivery here, you feel it's getting more and more impossible for Triumph Knights. Now requiring 22 and over. And what does that make it? 58 from 16. I can't remember a situation that 58 had been scored in 16. I had to reach for it, Parker. So to deep square leg for his deep mid wicket for a single, and that's just not going to do it. Still, do you see despondency on Parker's face? Maybe just a hint of it.
Oh yes, and last 3 balls, 3 singles. They need boundaries, sixes, because the required run rate now is 22.8. And with every dot ball, a single with no boundaries and sixes coming, it's looking all the more impossible. But still 15 balls to go. Can they spring a surprise?
Well, Atharwada's bowled nice and full. Good line as well. Now finally the short one ramped away. Short third can't get to it. Will it go all the way to the boundary? It will beat the fielder. So under the circumstances, a clever shot, though he didn't quite catch it in the right part of the bat. Oh, well done, Mohit.
Oh yes, that also brings up the century for the Triumph Knights. Ramp shot just giving direction to that ball over the fielder there at third man, who's inside the ring. Tried to chase that but couldn't stop that. The century comes up for the Triumph Knights.
Almost means nothing under the circumstances. They'd like to hear the word a century and a half, 150 come up. Well, it may not.
Walks literally down the wicket. An appeal there. More of hope than conviction. Leg bicycle.
Well, I don't know. It seemed to strike the batsman on the full. And so you'd say left arm seamer bowling from over. You'd think it may not land within the stumps, but when it strikes you at bowling the full, then it could have been close. Anyway, Parker is there, and he'll have only 1 ball off this over. What does he do? Try and go big? And if he can't, of course, he must take the single to retain strike. Lots of excitement in these final overs.
Not quite able to. It'll be just a single, but the only positive is that Akash Parker will keep strike with 2 overs to go. 18 overs bowled. The Knights 103 for 7. So Prathamesh Dake getting ready to bowl the penultimate over. Ambe's picked up 2 wickets. Atif Atharwala 2 wickets. Prathamesh Dake bowling his 4th over, considered just 13 runs, economical and also wicket taking. Down the leg side. Oh, he refuses that single.
Well, however impossible it looks, that just indicates that Parker is still backing himself to hit a few big ones. Well, it could all be a little out of their sight right now, a win. But good to see that spirit saying, well, I'm still going to do the best I can. I'm still looking to hit a few big hits. And what a shame that Suryakumar Yadav won the toss, elected to bowl first, thinking that it'll be easier to bat second and they will be due for the Panthers to contend with, but nothing seems to have worked. Gone big, but that might, well, just go for a boundary. No, not even that, because it had nothing on it. Again, Parker couldn't find the right time. And he just squeezes back in for a second. He's so disappointed.
He is disappointed because it looked like it may find the gap, but it did not. Just 2 runs. Now 10 balls, 49 to win. Akash Parker, he's keeping strike to himself because that's the only way that the Triumph Knights can triumph.
You know, the other problem is that the Triumph Knights need to reduce that margin of loss, I'm calling it a loss, because it might well come down to a net run rate in this group. And they can't afford a big loss here. So Parker's knock can still be very valuable. Goes right behind the bowler, still doesn't catch it. Bottom of the bat. There's no timing at all. Would you believe it? Akash Parker currently has a strike rate of 82, 19 from 23. He's been there for 23 deliveries. Ordinarily, you expect him to be on at least 35 or 40, if not 50. He's got only 19. That's how tough it's been, Prasanna, today.
Oh yes, it's been really tough, and this time he takes that single. So now it's going to be Mohit Awasthi on strike.
Well, yeah, he must have decided, I'm just not being able to strike the ball as efficiently as I want. So, Mohit, you give it a crack. And to be fair, Mohit striking at 183. He's 11 from 6. So maybe Mohit is our game changer. Well, too much for him to do, but at least he has been giving it a go.
Trying to get that in the gap, but not quite able to. Straight to that field there at short third man.
Well, at this stage, you know, not situationally aware, Mohit, because third man's in. There's backward point, Praveen Tambe, who's not the quickest, and nobody behind them. So he got a short ball, outside off, give it the heave-ho, slash it hard. Above the infield, and you got 4, if not more, but he just tried to dab it for a single, no more, at this stage of the game. He had to give it the big slash. Now Parker.
Yes, he had to this time. He has connected it, but straight to the fielder. Doesn't take a single this time.
Well, now he's beginning to irritate Mohit, because Mohit turned around and looked at Parker saying, what? You can't hit the ball anyway. Why don't you let me in there? And that's almost a legitimate ask right now, because Parker continues to strike very poorly at only 79. Well, his last opportunity in this over, can he go big? Just to salvage a bit of reputation, nothing else.
Comes down the wicket and completely misses that full toss. What an over that is. His spell comes to an end. 4 overs, 1 for 17 from Prathamesh Dake, 19 overs bowled, 107 for 7. So 1 over to go of this wonderful Wednesday. 6 balls to go. 47 runs to win for the Triumph Knights.
Okay, so we know that's not going to happen, but I'm going to repeat what I said earlier, that it may well come down to net run rate. The Triumph Knights were not doing too badly on it. In fact, they were leading the net run rate race. And if they can somehow reduce the margin of loss here, maybe a big over, 20, 25 from it, that will certainly help the cause a lot, even though that still will be a big gap between the 154 they need and what they might end up with. But I say this again, these final few runs will not take them to a win. It could be a big help in the final analysis, mathematically.
Oh yes, and mathematics will play a role, because if North Mumbai Panthers go on to win this, which is all likely to be, they will go on to 6 points. Triumph Knights and Akash Tigers will be on 4. Eagle Thane Strikers will be on 2. And that's where tomorrow's match will be all more exciting. Ah, stumping chance missed.
Well, Mohit did try and give Kadam the charge, who's bowling the final over. And I did say it'll come down to a situation where even spinners might bowl the final overs, and he is. Well, he danced down and played right over it, and the keeper unfortunately could not collect. So here we go, big one. No, not even a single. Mohit!
Oh, 2 dot balls. Shashikant Kadam bowling this last over. A left-arm spinner.
I don't know about their dugout, Triumph Knights, but I can't bear to watch this.
Big one. Comes down the wicket.
Still didn't catch it. Bottom of the bat. So Parker will have 3 deliveries to show if he can hit 18 in 3. Okay, I'll say again, won't take them to a win, but it'll just make them feel a little hopeful about that net run rate eventually. Akash Parker, take a few deep breaths. Get some oxygen in your system. And do what you're capable of right here against Kadam, who's wily, has been firing it in nice and full.
Oh yes, he's been really firing it. Third man, backward point, full toss. It's in the air, on the bounce to Sairaj Patil on this full toss. Not quite able to clear the boundary.
I think Parker is just, he had his birthday yesterday, if I remember correctly. Maybe a nice long party. And he just doesn't seem to have the strength today. I mean, a low full toss, he should have sent it outside the stadium on a normal day. And he can't even get to long on. I mean, this is just, it's, I can't use the word shocking. It's just, I wonder what's going on. Again, the full toss. And again, he can't clear. That's just brilliant. Now, did he touch the boundary line with that sliding stop? Terrific commitment. He didn't have to do that at all.
Oh, what commitment this is. Absolutely top class. That is Vikrant, the fielder. Vikrant Auti, he was the captain last time when Prithvi Shaw was injured. Oh, what a save that is. Absolutely fabulous.
Well, they might want to take a look whether his body had touched the line while he was sliding. And if they are happy with that, of course, we'll carry on. But I think there's cause to check from another angle, not this, because you wouldn't know whether his right side touched the boundary line. It might well have there before he gets rid of the ball now. But we can't make that out from this angle. So maybe we'll just have to say, which it was, it's a fabulous bit of fielding. There it is. And the ball's still in his hand. What about his right hand there? Ball still in his hand. And if you rock and roll a bit, well, tight. But of course, it doesn't matter. We'll have to say, very smart bit of fielding, Vikrant Auti, who couldn't score too much today.
Oh yes, brilliant fielding. And by just having a look whether that time when he has come in contact with the ball, is his body touching that advertising skirting there?
Well, I've noticed some movement in the blue boundary sponge, but I'm glad I'm not deciding. It's the Ekdam Mumbai somewhere here, which may shake from the other angle. But I mean, there's so much being made out of a boundary that doesn't really matter much.
Is the umpire still having a discussion? Just having a look at how it could be.
Anyway, more importantly, Parker will face the last delivery, and I would still like him to finish with a 6. Now for the last ball, we really don't need to change the ball, Dubey says. I mean, unless the ball is completely shredded, and I suspect it may not have been, because there have been any run scored of it for many, many overs.
Yes, with one ball to go, the umpires have decided for a change of ball. Oh yes, it's just come off.
Well, it's just peeling away. That's because of the wetness. And the leather was so full of water that it peeled away. And I'm not so sure the ball really needs to be changed for that last ball. But they're going by the book. And all it does is gives Parker a little bit of breath here. Get some oxygen in. Just relax a bit. Relax your nerves. And show us the big shot on the last ball of this innings. Come on, Akash. All right, we have another ball now. Maybe he'll travel a little quicker, which will help.
Oh yes, for one last ball it'll help. The umpires, the moment they got that ball, they were in a quick discussion to change that, because the leather had completely peeled off, and that's why they felt the need to change that ball.
Well, how about this man, Prithvi Shaw? Quick fire 20 again earlier today at the start of the innings. He must be feeling delighted with what his bowlers have been able to achieve, protecting 153 and big time. Last ball of the innings. He still cannot go big, Akash Parker. Just could not find the timing. Big chair around Wankhede as Prithvi Shaw, the big new hero of Mumbai cricket, takes the Panthers through by winning a huge margin, 44 runs, Prasanna. That's fabulous.
Oh yes, that's a big margin, and that'll hurt the Triumph Knights more because it affects their net run rate as well, because that's quite a big margin in the T20 format. Prithvi Shaw is happy. He was batting well, started well, but got out, run out. But he has led the North Mumbai Panthers really well. For the first time in this T20 Mumbai, they did not cross that 160-run mark, but they have defended well and really well.
Well, I must compliment Prithvi Shaw once again, because 2 days ago he was injured. While going for a sweep, he stretched his hind leg, the groin area, and then he somehow got himself repaired and came back for this match after missing one. And wouldn't he be delighted? All smiles.
Yes, Triumph Knights, Mumbai Northeast, 109 for 7 in 20 overs. The top scorer there being Akash Parker, scratchy 20, not out in 28 balls. Mohit Awasthi tried his best at 13 in 10 balls, but nothing much to talk about in the top order contribution. The big wicket was of Surya Kumar Yadav. The opening partnership promised a lot between Siddhant Adatrao and Sumit Gadigaonkar of 22 runs. But once again, a big partnership that they were looking for to chase this target. That is something that didn't come the way of the Triumph Knights. The bowlers did really well for the North Mumbai Panthers. Atif Attarwala, 2 wickets. Pravin Tambe, 2 wickets. Good support from Rahul Sawant and Prathamesh Dake. Shashikant Kadam also packed it up really well with 1 wicket that he took. Excellent performance from the North Mumbai Panthers. And that's the way the innings panned out. A good start that they got. Both the right-handed opening batsmen, Siddhant Adatrao and Sumit Gadigaonkar, got off to a flurry of boundaries and finding the gaps that they were. This is another beautiful shot, just caressing that in the gap. But the first batsman there was Sumit Gadigaonkar, who holed out to a deep square leg, and it was Atif Attarwala who picked up that wicket. Then Parikshit Walsankar started his innings also well with 2 back-to-back boundaries, one through the offside, one through the fine leg area. But then it was Adatrao who got stuck after hitting those boundaries, couldn't quite get those runs, and then he got out. And then the moment Pravin Tambe was introduced, he first picked up Parikshit Walsankar. Then Surya Kumar Yadav played a couple of characteristic shots that he's known for. One through the leg side, one this beautiful drive. And then that was a big wicket. Surya Kumar Yadav, LBW. Big wicket that was. That's another LBW decision that Pravin Tambe got going his way. He bowled really well, bringing all his experience in this big match. Atif Attarwala also did really well, picking up that wicket. And the best thing about Attarwala was he mixed it up so well. And then that was Puneet's wicket, nicely taken there by Sairaj. And over fine leg. All those deliveries were taken for, but the consistency and the regularity of the boundaries that were required, that didn't come, and that's where the North Mumbai Panthers registered a victory by 44 runs to enter the semi-finals. That's the match summary. T20 Mumbai. The North Mumbai Panthers 153 for 6 in 20 overs. Sairaj Patel, the star of the day, 59 not out in 39 balls. The Triumph Knights, Mumbai Northeast, fell short by 44 runs. 109 for 7 in 20 overs. Parker, 20 not out. Surya Kumar Yadav tried his best but couldn't quite. Panthers win by 44 runs as we head to Gautam Bhimani for the presentation.
Yet again, what a fantastic occasion we've seen at the Wankhede Stadium. T20 Mumbai is turning it on day after day. And we, of course, have the wonderful crowds here in Mumbai to thank for turning up in their numbers and making it very, very special. As far as the match is concerned, another team marches into the semi-finals. And the defending champions holding on for dear life. They still don't know if they're in or they could perhaps have an outside chance. As far as this ceremony is concerned, let's go and meet the presentation party. But a quick mention for our sponsors: Dream 11, Skoda, Atul Projects, Wardwiz, Seagate and Bisleri. To my left now, first representing the MCA, welcome to Mr. Naveen Shetty. Thank you for joining us. Also the 2 teams represented. First, the North Mumbai Panthers, Mr. Chandrakant Gupta, looking delighted. And don't look too despondent from the Triumph Knights, Aparna Thakur. You've had a great tournament so far. First, let me call the winning captain, and what a performance it's been from him and his team, Prithvi Shaw. Prithvi, another fabulous performance. You guys have batted first every time in the tournament. Today was your lowest score, but your biggest win.
Yeah, I mean, I think credit goes to all the boys throughout the team because they have done an excellent job, and winning this kind of matches, you know, gives us a confidence for the next game as well, and pushing ourselves very hard. These guys have done exceptionally well, you know, coming from the club cricket and playing this MPL. It's a big thing for me as well, for them as well. So I think, you know, it goes to each of everyone, you know, doing this job, and it's been a great thing.
Surya Kumar Yadav was very confident that he wanted to chase here. So did you set your team a target? Because obviously you went out as hard as you normally do.
I had to bowl first. I wanted to bowl first as well on this wicket. So it wasn't about the wicket. I think it's about how we played. I think Sai batted really well. He was a bit patient enough to, take the game through. And I think he did a wonderful job. And then, of course, bowling partnership was beautiful, And I think because of all these small things, we could have won this.
But honestly, when you went into the dugout at the halfway stage, did you feel you had enough, or you'd have liked 20 more?
20 more, yeah. I mean, 2 run-outs in 4 games, it doesn't seem good, but I'll make sure next time I'm not run out and do something good for the team. I think, just preparing well for the next game.
You looked good while you were there. Good luck for the semi-finals.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Prithvi Shaw, captain of the victorious Prithvi's Panthers. Now let's bring the man of the match today, and certainly it was a very clear decision for a wonderful innings of 59 of 39 and, just for good measure, 3 catches, Sairaj Patil. Come and pick up the trophy from Mr. Chandrakant Gupta and the cheque of 50,000 from Mr. Naveen Shetty. Sairaj, just a quick chat. I was asking Prithvi, he was being very modest about his team's efforts, but honestly, let's first look at the team total. When you walked out, did you feel you had enough runs on the board as a team?
Yeah, obviously chasing at 1 wicket is pretty difficult because the wicket was not that easy. It was a bit too pace. When I was going to bat, I was just backing my strength because anything in my part, I was going to swing it, and anything outside my part, I would just nudge around. So it was a difficult wicket to chase around. So I have said it in the pre-match that we have put it a good score, so we will defend it.
But when you did walk out to bat, it's not that your team were looking very good. Prithvi Shaw had got run out when he was looking so good. So you had to do a bit of repair work and then go out and play your natural game.
Yeah, obviously I couldn't convert my last 3 innings, so it was important for me to contribute towards the team because I had a major loss in the 13-over considered, so it was important for me to contribute towards the winning effort.
You make catches look easy. It's not often given enough credit to, but those 3 catches, fielding in general, needs to be important at this end of the tournament.
Yes, absolutely, because there is a lot of dew on the ground in the night games. So you have to basically come under the ball quick, and we have done the basics right.
Yeah, it's still damp. Don't drop that trophy. Well done.
Thank you so much.
What a performance from Sairaj Patil there in the field, and of course with bat in hand. His team are in the semi-finals. That's all from this particular presentation ceremony.
Thank you so much, Gautam Bhimani. That's how the standings are of the T20 Mumbai Group A. The North Mumbai Panthers are the first team in the Group A to qualify with 6 points and a good net run rate as well. The Triumph Knights, Akash Tigers and the Eagle Thane Strikers, who will be the second team from Group A to qualify. Only time will tell tomorrow. In the Group B, we've got clear standings. Sober Supersonics and the Arcs Andheri, the 2 teams to qualify for the semi-finals. We've got 3 teams that have qualified for the semi-finals, waiting for the 4th one to clash in the T20 Mumbai semis. So that's the Dream 11 game changer of the match, and without a shade of doubt had to be Sairaj Patil. Brilliant batting and clean hitting, as straight as he could.
Well, quite a remarkable knock because he got 59 in 30-odd, and the next best batsman, both sides, was only 23. So run-making was very difficult, but not only this fabulous knock, but he also leads our Shota maximum 6s. Clearly, our Dream 11 game changer of the match. Well played, Sairaj Patil. All sorts of mathematical possibilities still, but that's our Dream 11's points earned. We've got Sairaj right on top, understandable, and a huge gap between the rest. Atif Atharwala got a few wickets, Kadam played well, Parker disappointed for me, and Tambe, of course, did very well after being tonked for many in the past. What does that leave tomorrow? That's day 10 at the T20 Mumbai. Live from the Wankhede, it's going to be Bandra Blasters against Thane Strikers. Bandra Blasters have possibilities, Thane Strikers less so. And of course, our evening match under lights will feature Akash Tigers, who are still very much in it, and they'll be taking on Shivaji Park Lions, who have had a miserable campaign this time around. But we do thank you for joining us. On behalf of Prasanna, myself, and the rest of the production crew, we hope that you will join us tomorrow live at the Wankhede for this brilliant thing called T20 Mumbai. Till then, good night.